Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Coronavirus, we don't want it anymore. It's the coronavirus, take it away. It's the coronavirus, go away. I can't stand it anymore. Please go away. I can't forget the time I heard you say, it's the coronavirus, take it away. So don't go outside anymore till it's gone. We don't want it anymore. It's the coronavirus, take it away. We don't want it anymore. Please, God, take it away.
Shirley Wood gulped down her breakfast, shut the fridge and joined the throng. Margaret Beatty snatched the milk and scanned the news and went along. Annie Harris drew the curtain, screwed her eyes up, had a peep, saw the marchers, heard their voices making early morning noises, stumbled back to bed and tried to sleep. Come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change your world. Shuffling through the cold black morning went the marchers, spirits low, grunting greetings, grimly pressing on to where they had to go. When the sun came up, they brightened, stopped to have their thermos brew. Annie Harris got up gladly, pondered for a little sadly, then got on with what she had to do. So come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change your world. At their target, numbers swollen, up the marchers' banners go, chanting, shouting out with leaflets, protest for everyone to know. Sit in front of all the traffic, harried, busy, shopping wives, try to stir their ostrich notions, whip them up to wild emotions, put some fire into their wretched lives. So come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change your world. Shirley Wood was dragged, still sitting by a policeman from the road. Margaret Beatty had her face slapped by a man she tried to goad. Annie Harris in the office paused in typing, thought of Don, glanced again at his last letter, died for others to live better, brushed away a tear and carried on. Come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change. We're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change. So come on.
Oh, dear listener, welcome. 03444991000. What a triumphant start to the show. I'm out of breath. The Late Night Alternative. I'm Iain Lee. Who are you?
I'm Catherine Boyle.
03444991000 is the telephone number. It would be rude if we didn't go all the way to Birmingham and say, good evening, Alan.
Hi, boss. Hi, Kath.
Hey, Alan.
I'm in a good mood tonight.
Oh, you had some?
I did the clap for your carer thing, because I was clapping for my brother, who works for the NHS in London.
Okay, this is awkward. Right, so, this was the thing Just to tell us what happened, Alan. What did explain why? This is going to be awkward.
Everybody
Tell us what
was
happened,
clapping
Alan.
for and cheering for a minute in support of the NHS.
This was. Did you went out and stood outside? Did you?
I stood by my front door.
Okay. And what would you say, Alan? Very noble of you, by the way. Well done, and well done, Robert, your brother.
No, Stephen.
Totally.
No, it's Stephen.
Seaman?
Stephen, who works for the NHS.
Well, Yabu Robert, and well done, Stephen. What would you say, Alan, to those people who didn't stand outside and clap at 8 o'clock?
Oh, shame on you.
Are
you going to tell him?
No, you can tell him.
I don't want to tell him.
What if they had a really good excuse, Alan?
They probably forgot.
What if their excuse was they had just had a Domino's pizza delivered and they were watching Dinner Dates on ITVB?
I'm sure they were with us in spirit.
What if they weren't in spirit because they didn't remember until they checked Twitter 30 minutes later and saw everyone saying how good it was?
Was that what you did, Ian?
Yes, that's what I did as well.
That's what we did, Alan.
We forgot.
We had pizza and watched Dinner Dates on ITVB.
I'll let you off.
Been looking forward to this pizza all day.
Hang on. What did you say, Alan?
I'll let you off.
He's letting us off.
We've been absolved.
Sing hosannas, Alan. May God bless you, my child.
Well, Stephen's working from home for 12 weeks because he's diabetic.
Is he? Hang on a minute.
So...
Is he researching a cure for the old CV, as we're calling it?
He's a nursing recruitment consultant at the Brompton Hospital in London, but he's got to work from home because he's part of the at-risk group for COVID-19.
There you go, Alan. Thank you, and thank you for making us feel so much better. 0344 499 1000. To our shame. Well, first of all, I'm never a big fan of. Let's get this one in the Daily Mail. I'm a Celebrity's bisexual Iain Lee slams, tragic comic slams the NHS in on-air rant. I'm never a fan of these things like Earth Day, where you got to turn off all the lights.
Is what you're saying you're not a fan of organised goodness?
No, and someone mentioned to me earlier on, are you going to do it? And I went, probably not. And then...
Now it looks like you did it on purpose.
Well, no, the evidence is out there that looks like I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
The truth is, we were watching Dinner Dates.
It was a good one.
And we had a Domino's, because they deliver Domino's and they just leave it on the front door. They knock the door and run away. It's the best. You don't have to talk to them. So, let it be known, I have nothing but big, big love, to quote Fleetwood Mac, big love for my brothers and my sisters in the NHS.
One of my best friends is a nurse.
I've been in a hospital, so I've got a lot of time for those guys and gals. And me not standing out clapping at 8 o'clock, while it might look bad, was done purely because there was a great programme on TV. It was a good one, actually. There were 2 wigs in it. And
only one was owning up to being a wig.
Yeah. And okay, well, this is the phone in 0344 499 1000. Why did you forget? And we're going to say forget.
Yeah.
We're going to say forget. Roger has tweeted, I didn't do it either. I was watching Star Trek and eating a succulent Chinese meal. So, okay, this is the phone in.
It is Democracy Manifest.
This is the phone in. What's more important than the NHS to you? For me, it was a Domino's and it was Dinner Dates. For Roger, it was Star Trek and a succulent Chinese meal. 034. I mean, I may have worded it slightly clumsily.
I think ham-fisted.
May have been a little bit ham-fisted, but I'm going to go with it. What's more important?
You can get that treated free on the NHS.
To you, then, what's more important than the NHS to you?
The people who took part, I hear it was a thoroughly moving affair, and I'm sorry that I was not part of it.
I'm so goddamned. I'm sorry. Oh, hello, Pats. I'm so sorry. Good evening. This is the Late Night Alternative, the home of Chuckles the Clown. No, the Giggle Factory is open. We are here Monday to Friday, 10 till 1. You can watch us just while we're... Excuse me, I'm So emotional. Just while we're in lockdown, you can watch us, youtube.com/Iain Lee. And I'm hoping we get another Keep Your Spirits Up from Barry in Watford later on today. You've heard Nigel from Maidstone's anti-coronavirus song. Let's just say it's been sent to a top DJ, a mix master, who is going to turn it into a dance track.
He's going to turn it into.
Well, and then this is why we were talking yesterday. Kate, Anthony, Jack, and Pete, stay there. Come to you in a second. I forgot. Yesterday we were trying to name everybody in USA for Africa. Heal the world. No, not heal the world. What's it called? We are the world. We are the world.
We are the world. That
yes.
one. But I never worked out why. We never got to that point.
There was a reason.
There was a reason.
The story was that Lionel Richie wants to do. I think I may have mentioned it once, and then realised I didn't have the story in front of me. So I said, I'll just make up the story.
Oh, I remember that bit. Yes.
But then we fell down the heal the world rabbit hole. So Lionel Richie wants to do a song for coronavirus, I guess anti-coronavirus.
I mean, everyone's using their skills to battle it whichever way they can. Music, I hear, is very effective.
Well, according to some, music is the doctor. Makes you feel like you're Octa. So we were trying to... Anyway, so he wants to do a song for coronavirus. We've got one.
Sorted, Lionel, sorted.
Nigel from Maidstones. We sent it to our mate Dan, and once Dan has mixed it, we are going to send it, and this is absolutely true. We're going to send... I've got the whole list here. Richie, Jacko, Wonder, Springsteen, Ross, Dylan, Midler. We're going to send it to everybody on this list. My fingers are crossed. We may get Nigel the hit that he's always wanted to have in his collection. We may. Kate, good evening. Welcome to the Late Night Alternative.
Hello. Hi, nice to talk to you.
Hey, Kate, what you got for us?
Are you going to send it to Jacko?
We're going to send it to everyone on that list. Lionel Richie, Jacko, Stevie Wonder, Springsteen, Ross, Dylan, Midler, Kenny Rogers.
Good. I'm just calling because I'm a big fan of the show and been listening to you quite a lot lately. So I thought I'd just participate and you're welcome and call in.
Are you the one that messaged us saying you've been wanting to call us for a while but you're too nervous?
No.
Yeah, that was the other one.
That was the other one.
Mm-hmm.
The other one.
I've called before.
Okay, all right. Okay,
yeah.
Fine.
I was going to say, I actually called last week and Alan Caddick was ahead of me in the queue.
Yep, often is.
And like he was tonight. And I got a bit, starstruck because I've heard him on the radio a lot. So I couldn't cope with I couldn't cope with that. I didn't want to go on after him and then it happened again today. But I'm actually parked up trying not to get arrested because there were a lot of police cars driving past. So hopefully they won't. If anyone comes, if I get interrupted because there's a police person trying to open the door.
I was out driving today. I had to go and visit my kids, and actually it was important because my wife didn't have enough food in. I said, I'll come over. I had to do something over there anyway. I said, I'll come over, look after the kids so you can go out shopping. So it was legitimate, and you're allowed to go and see your kids anyway. But I did not think, Kate, oh God, what if I get stuck? I felt naughty.
Yeah.
I felt very, very naughty.
No, I feel really naughty. No, I do feel naughty. I've seen one quite big police car go past, and two male and a female police persons walk past the car already looking in. So it could happen. I've never been arrested.
Be careful. But did you hear the thing on the news that some people are threatening to cough on the police and give them the coronavirus? My God, that's insane. That's what we've come to. Anyway, you've called in. Let's do this quick so you don't go to prison. Was that it?
Okay. No.
Okay.
I was just looking at your Twitter feed just to see what you were doing today, and I'm not going to talk about porn because I know you were asking people to ring in about porn.
Oh no! Well, no. The porn is. Let me clarify. The porn is simply people phoning up, talking about being in crowded bars. Back in the day, not now.
We're literally talking dirty.
Talking about being in crowded bars, sharing food, drinking from the same Coke can as
hugging
somebody
friends.
else.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah,
that's it. No. We don't want people phoning up giving us sexy stuff. No.
So I thought that was that for jokes. I was trying to work out what you were doing with that.
Apparently
okay,
our
I'm
DAB
calling-
is down. We'll try and sort that out.
Okay, I won't.
Okay.
Don't do it me.
When I say we, I mean they.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm calling up because I'm a bit fed up.
Right.
So I'm hoping you guys can cheer me up.
Yeah, this is it. We're doing it. I thought, yeah.
Well, I know you're already doing it.
What do you want, a tickle?
The DAB is back and it's going to cheer everyone
Can
up.
you stop going on about the DAB? And there's no import on my life. I'm
So it might cheer Kate up.
I don't think Kate's not
She
bothered.
might be a DAB fan.
I'm pleased it's come back on, but I don't know if
Yeah,
it's...
we're all pleased.
But,
Yes, Kate.
so what it is,
Sorry about Catherine.
this is really selfish, okay, but I'm just going to have a bit of a rant, because I'm just in that kind of mood today. So this year, I thought this year, 2020, was going to be the big year, you know? Well, it's not over yet,
Kind of
but
is.
it kind of is, isn't it? This is the problem.
Yeah.
I quit my... Okay, so back up a bit. So I've been writing a book for a really long time.
Yes.
And last autumn, I made the decision that I was going to quit my job and finish the book.
Yep.
Okay. So I told my ex-employers, in November, and I think they let me out at the end of January. And I had it all worked out in my head, the routine of the writing, finishing it off, etc., etc.
Yes.
And wow, it's been completely usurped by this, isn't it? I've got children at home.
This gives you more time. This
Literally
gives you more time to write, doesn't it?
No, I've got the children at home all the time, and they just never leave me alone. Yeah, so that's just a bit. Well, it's frustrating.
Do you want Catherine to write it for you?
I
can
can't.
get-
I've got kids
Can
hanging
you?
about as
Can
well.
you take it
I can
over?
get
If I email it to you, will you just finish it off? Because I've done 66,000 words.
Ooh.
I mean, I can finish it for you, but it
So
won't
it's
be
near
any
the
good.
end now. I think it's not going to be a lot longer.
And it
it's
was
only-
all a dream.
It's
Kate.
not going to be a lot longer than that. It's going to be maybe just a couple
Send it
of
over.
hours.
Tell you what, send it over. Catherine will do it,
Yeah.
or she'll get one of the listeners to do it. It'll be great. Everyone will buy it. We'll do what we did with the last book. Pretend it's for charity, but then trouser the money ourselves. Everyone's a winner.
Spend it all on
Yeah.
sweets.
Okay then, do that.
Oh, that's that sorted, Kate. Thank you so much. 0344 499 1000. Gosh, we got a load of calls lined up. We got Jack, Pete, Dredge, Anthony. This is the late night.
What's that noise?
It's the cat scratching her thing.
Stop scratching your thing.
0344 499. The cat scratching her collar.
Cone of shame.
0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative. Please don't expect anything serious or important to come out of tonight's show. It's hosted by Gracie Fields and George Formby. We might even get Arthur Askett. Will you stop doing that, Patty? This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. That's a ban, Catherine, on
Is
the
it?
YouTube chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you're very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. But we will not have any obscenities, no racism, homophobia, misogyny, no bullying. Any of that, you're gone. You're gone. You're just not having that. Someone there posted, I've got a stiffy. Catherine timed them out. I said, no, that's a ban. That's an absolute ban. My God, we got loads of calls. Gosh. We got the tinnies out, guys. We're having a night of it. 2 years clean and sober today. 2 years clean and sober.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Celebrating with a bud.
God.
Let's go to Dave. Good evening, Dave.
Hi there.
Hello, Dave. What you got?
I'd just like to say, I went to I phoned my doctor up, and you kind of get a doctor's appointment lately and that. And I was bad on Monday. I felt really ill. And I went for a walk Monday, but I felt ill, my chest was wheezing and everything.
Yes.
And I coughed a bit. And I still feel ill, and he said it could be coronavirus or it could be a chest infection, and I'm getting no help at all.
Well, what help would you like?
I'm not sure.
Exactly. If it's corona and you don't need to be hospitalised, there's not really anything they can do, is there? It's drink fluids, it's rest, it's sleep, and it's take paracetamol as
And it's
needed.
stay away from everybody else.
And stay away from everyone else. If it's a chest infection, again, I don't really think there's much they can do.
It's terrible, this, isn't it? Like this virus.
It's horrible, mate. It's hopefully it's the worst thing we're ever going to experience in our lives. It's awful. It's awful.
Mm-hmm.
I get that more than wanting some. I get that you want an answer as to what you've got. Well, you're probably not going to get one.
Yeah.
And also, would I be right in saying, Dave, that you're scared?
I am, yes.
Yeah. What are you scared? Well, let's just say it. Are you scared of dying because of this illness that you've got now?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. I get that. How old are you, mate?
I'm 50.
Okay, all right. And have you got any other conditions?
My doctor said I'm at risk because I'm obese.
Okay. Go on,
Did you call 111?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll try that.
Speak to 111. There are a significant number of obese people that do not die from this. It does not, because you're obese, does not mean you're going to die. This is a very strange condition in that it doesn't seem to affect anybody in the same way. And this may be as bad as it gets for you. It may get a little bit worse. Most people survive this. Most people survive this. You need to rest. You need to drink water. You need to take paracetamol as and when, if you have them. And I think Kath's suggestion of phoning 111 is excellent. I think it's a really sensible idea, because they will hopefully... they probably won't do anything. They're only admitting people into hospital with this if it gets really bad, because obviously they're overwhelmed. But they'll hopefully just be able to give you a little bit of advice and make you feel a bit more comfortable. Also, expect not to get an answer for a while, because of course they're overrun with phone calls.
Thanks for your help.
Dave, I don't know if I've been any help. All I can stress is, and this is a really dumb sentence that doesn't make sense, try not to worry. And one of the techniques I have to help me worry less is to not think about next week, is to not think about tomorrow, is to think about now. And right now, you're listening to two idiots on the radio who've got an annoying cat in the background who keeps making noises. That's it. That's all you've got to worry about for the next 20 minutes. Thank you, mate. And you're a great man, and I'm very confident you're going to be okay. I understand your fear.
Great, thanks.
Give 111 a buzz.
Give him a call. I look forward to speaking to you again, Dave. Thank you, mate. 0344 499 1000. Got so many calls. We will go to them, I promise. I get the fear thing, and it's interesting, isn't it, that he's calling up about one thing. He's scared he's going to die. That's it. That's what it boils down to for a lot of people. For me, I'm scared my mum's going to die. Although, I've accepted that she probably will. I've made peace with that. You're not saying if it happens I will not be distraught and devastated. Of course I will. I've made peace with that. You know, the last 3 or 4 years, she had breast cancer that miraculously kind of fixed itself. Incredible. She had sepsis, and I was told that she'd be dead by the morning, and somehow, you know, so we've come close. I've accepted that. I do have moments where I think, oh, geez, I'm going to die with this. There's absolutely no point in me worrying about that. I just have to stay in the now. I've had a great day today. I've had a great day. My 2-year anniversary of being clean and sober. Great. And not once today have I thought, oh, I fancy a beer, or I'd feel a bit better if I had a little bit of cocaine or a spliff. Not once. Instead, I've had so many lovely people send me nice messages of support on Twitter. Been liked about 14,000 times. That. I spelled alcoholic wrong. I've had loads of people from the fellowship get in touch and say well done. I've had my friend Darren, who's an idiot, but he phoned me up and said, what's your address? I want to send you you get a little chip from AA, a little chip. He said, I want to send you a 2-year chip. Oh, that got me going. I've had a great day. I was sat around not doing much. My wife phoned up and said, could you come over? I need to go to the shops. Wonderful. Got to see the kids for a couple of hours, played a little bit of football in the garden, got out of breath way too quickly, so went and sat down, came back, had a great doze, played some video. I'm in a really good place today. I'm happy today. Today.
You might not have got to today.
No, I might not. And also, I've got no idea what I'll be like tomorrow. The things I'm doing, I'm not listening to the radio. And I get the irony of saying that on a radio show, but we're slightly different to the others. Not listening to the radio. I'm not watching the news. I'm not looking at newspapers. I'm not looking at the hashtag coronavirus on Twitter. I see a bit of it, and I find myself falling into a rabbit hole, and I go, I don't want that. And today I'm all right. There's nothing I can do about the virus. All I can do, wash my hands and stay in. That's it. That's all I can do that. I've been training for this for the last 25 years. I have. A lot of addicts have been saying, well, this is our Olympics now. This is what we've been working on. Self-isolation, you say. Oh, we can do that. We've done degrees in that. I've been training for this. All I need to do is wash my hands and stay in. That's it. And today I've been all right. You've been all right. George, if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see the cats all over the shop. You've been all right today, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been fine. I got up a little bit late, helped the kids with their work for a bit. What tends to happen is they get up with their dad, because I work nights, obviously. He starts them off with the schoolwork because they've got kind of set things to do. And then they have a break, at which time I'm normally up, and I sort of take over and we do more sort of arts and stuff like that. So today we made some soap.
Great.
That looks like cake. So, I mean, it's... You know, the kids are having the time of their lives, and I'm kind of concentrating on that and being able to control their experience, or, you know, help with their experience more than anything else, because the rest of it is out of my hands, really.
If you want to laugh, tonight is the night, all right? 3 hours, and people will phone up about what's going on in the world, and you are very, very welcome, all right? Very welcome. But also, we just want to dick around as much as we can. Oh, tomorrow... Robin Asquith's coming. Robin Asquith emailed me.
It's funny, we were talking about confessions yesterday.
Yeah, he emailed me, said, Ian, I'm stuck in Gozo, it's where he lives. My partner's gone back to the UK because she's a health worker. Don't suppose you want me on the show, do you? I said, mate, I would love to have you on the show. I would love it. Because we're just, you know, it is wartime entertainment. And I said, people don't realise how important having a laugh is. And he wrote back saying, I'm in. So we've got Robin Asquith's coming on tomorrow.
Brilliant.
And he said, I've never been on the radio before with nothing to promote. Mate, come, join us. Let's go to Isla. Good evening, Isla.
Hi, Catherine. Hi, Ian. Hiya. I just want to say quickly, I blame the NHS and Frankenstein medicine for this COVID-19 going off now.
Could you tell us why, Isla? Because with respect, that sounds like complete and utter bollocks to me.
Well, because they have mutated things over the years and denied what they are doing.
Where is your evidence for this, Isla?
I've got evidence from people that made testimony. I've got evidence.
Can you give me the sources? Isla,
let me have some names.
Isla, give us the names of some of this evidence so we can look it up, please.
Well, I didn't ring up. What I'm going to tell you...
No, Isla, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
It's the second time.
Turn the fader down. Turn the fader down, Sam. Turn the fader down, Sam. It doesn't work like that, Isla. I will not allow you to come on... The whole country, apart from people who forgot, stood out on their streets to applaud the NHS today. Those people, it turns out, are heroes. We knew they were heroes, but now they're all risking their lives. So, Isla, what I'm not going to allow you to do is come on and talk complete and utter guff about the NHS. I won't allow you to do it unless you've got the evidence. So, Isla, I'll give you one more chance. Where's your evidence that COVID-19 is caused by the NHS?
Oh, I was in the mental health service in a medium secure unit. I was forced to take a few jabs, quite a few jabs. Now, I know what happened to me, and I know what happened to other people. Now,
Isla, with respect, I'm going to let Isla...
No, wait a minute, let me get to the point.
No, I'm not going to, because what you're saying is dangerous, and it will upset people, and is irrelevant to the conversation. It's irrelevant to the conversation. So, I'm going to wish you the very best of luck. I'm going to wish you lots of love. I'm going to look forward to your next call when hopefully we can talk about something a little bit more frivolous, but I'm not going to allow you to come on and spread all that kind of stuff. Certainly not on this show. Certainly not on this show. But thank you. Take care of yourself. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Peter. Good evening, Peter.
Hi there.
Hello, yes. Peter.
Hi there. I'm calling from High Wycombe.
just down the road from me. Do you want to meet up for a fight?
Not until after this is over.
I presume
Yes,
we'll
of
have to
course.
keep our. I suppose we'll have to keep our distance.
We'll have to keep 2 meters away.
Yes. I was just listening to your last caller. Yes, we all stood outside and applauded. You know, that's about the sort of
Not all of us.
tiniest thing we can do
Yes.
compared to what the NHS is doing at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And those people that didn't do it, Peter, what would you say to them?
Shame on them, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you
That's
can't
you,
just
Catherine.
get off,
And you.
if you,
Well,
if
me
you can't,
and Catherine forgot to do it because we were watching dinner dates
I mean,
and we
if you
had a
can't
domino.
get
And
off-
Ian lives in the middle of nowhere where no one,
So-
you can't hear anyone else.
Well, so we forgot, Peter, if I'm honest, and you're right to shame us. You are right to shame us.
the reason for my call was, I
Yes,
think
sir.
it's very, very important. Nobody's actually mentioned it on TV or debates or shows or.
A point missed in the debate so far.
Yeah. So basically, my concern is, scientists predicted about a year ago. There's a YouTube video
Peter,
from March 2019. Yeah.
Peter,
Hi there.
it
Yeah.
turns out that this self-isolation is not really a healthy thing for a lot of people. And so many people can get caught up in watching documentaries, in inverted commas, on YouTube. In the same way that I didn't want with Isla, I don't want people coming on saying, well, this was predicted a year ago and we knew this was going to... Because we didn't.
No. I wasn't going to talk about that, actually.
Well, that's literally what you said.
Yeah, but obviously, if you did let me finish, because I was just.
Well, your initial premise is wrong and is
Okay,
offensive.
So if I say that if scientists all around the world knew about this a year ago, why
According
haven't
to
they
YouTube.
warned government?
Because I don't believe that to be true, Peter. I don't believe that to be true. And what you're saying is scaring people. Why would you phone up? I tell you why it's been missed in the debate so far. Because it's nonsense.
No, the thing is, I'm not scaring people. What I'm saying is,
No,
maybe there
Peter.
are-
I tell you
maybe
what.
there
On
are-
my show,
maybe there are lessons to be learned from it for future.
Peter, on my show, I will be the judge of what I consider to be have the potential to scare my listeners. Okay, and I think what you are saying has the potential to scare my listeners. I also don't believe it's true either.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Thanks for your call.
Obviously-
0344 499 1000. Isla's upset.
I think she was upset before.
There's a tweet. What the hell is wrong with you? You can't just cut me off because you disagree with me. We can. Shame on you. I am complaining to Ofgen.
Okay.
Because you need to allow other opinions unless you think you're Russia Today or something. She's going to complain to Ofgen. The energy complaints. Gosh. Isla, we're not the BBC. Even if we were the BBC, I would cut you off for that. I am allowed to cut you off because I disagree with you. I am allowed to cut you off for talking complete and utter nonsense.
We're actually not allowed to let people on to cause that kind of fear.
Yeah.
And also, pointless stirring is what it appears to be. And also, that's the second time you've phoned us up with something designed to annoy and irritate people.
And again, Isla, you've obviously had a journey. You've obviously had some experiences, and I wish you nothing but the best. Please do complain to Ofgen if you like. It's actually Ofcom. Again, complain to them. It will be pointless. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've never had an Ofcom complaint upheld against me because I know the rules. I'm not saying that to aggravate you. I'm saying with love and with peace and with nothing but good wishes, I wish you well. Tonight's show is supposed to be about having a laugh and kicking out the jams, you mothers. Instead, it's turned into conspiracy theory hell. Not even very good conspiracy theories. Scientists knew about this a year ago. It was said on YouTube, and the NHS have made this with their Frankenstein drugs. Gosh. Sonia, Anthony, Pete, and Bobby, 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with Catherine Boyle and Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Right, we got a lot of people waiting. Let's go to Pete. Good evening, Pete. Oh, hang on a minute. Sam, thank you. Pete!
Hello. Yeah, quite a serious story because, I mean, some of the nonsense that's being spouted tonight, obviously coronavirus was not created by the NHS. It was actually created by the 9/11 firefighters.
Gosh, and they were quite busy, so for them to do that as well shows the level of skill.
Just look at the footage, Catherine. It's all there.
Which footage?
It's on YouTube.
You've seen the documentary Loose Change, but the 4-hour version, not the 3-hour version,
Yeah.
for God's sakes. Those scumbags. How you doing, Pete? How's life at Mum's?
It's all right, yeah. We didn't take part in the thing this evening. Well, we did, but very belatedly once we heard...
You hate the NHS, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, I think.
Many times, yeah. But I think we need a do-over for the cynical among us. Because I've got to admit, most of the reason I didn't get up at 8 o'clock was I didn't think anybody was going to bother.
That was partly... Can you talk, Cathy, so I do this? Sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm doing this.
You assumed that everyone else would be just as apathetic and full of hate for the NHS as you are.
Yeah, well,
That's
I mean, I've not really been looking at Twitter much today. I mean, basically, I saw Roger retweeting some very cynical things about it, and I thought, oh, okay, this is just a thing that sort of a few people are doing, and you know, Roger's having a go at it, so Roger must be right.
Oh, you're blaming Roger, okay.
Roger.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's shown us all up.
Well, Roger didn't do it. He was having a Chinese meal and watching Star Trek.
And he's seen it
Well,
before.
that's what he said. But he had been retweeting people going, "Oh, this is stupid. Stay indoors." And so, you know, I took Roger's cue on this.
Okay.
I feel embarrassed.
What were
I
you
feel ashamed.
doing instead?
I was watching a YouTube video of a new Doctor Who scene that Russell T Davies wrote.
Goodbye, Pete. Goodbye. Cut him off. 0344 499 1000. We had this caller before, and I can't remember. Is it Hercule or Hercules?
Hercules.
Hercules. Welcome.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Catherine. Basically, I don't know how to say, but maybe 2 years ago, I won membership number. My number was 33. I said
Yes, the best number. The best number, 33, yes.
Yeah, and I did not receive, card.
Oh, Mr. Lee no live here no more. He's not that number no more. He gone.
You didn't receive the card?
Gone. Yeah, all right, thank you, and I'm sorry what's going on around the world, that virus. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Catherine.
Oh, hang on.
You don't need to go. I'm really sorry you didn't receive it. Here's what I'm thinking we do. I've just got an idea, Hercules, for something that we could do.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help us on this. That we do a new card, okay?
Yeah.
That is free.
Right.
And it's one of two things.
Mm-hmm.
It's either I survived coronavirus 2020.
Oh my God.
Or it's it's like a pass that if coronavirus comes into your neighbourhood, you can show the card to the virus and it says I'm exempt, and it moves on.
Right.
Something like we need some kind of card. I think would help. What do you think, Hercules?
I don't know.
What if we have one?
Hopefully everybody survives, from that virus.
Yeah.
Why don't we have one for the late night lockdown?
No.
Late night lockdown.
No.
Well, I'm just thinking, if you suggest somehow that we're giving people exemptions, some people might believe it.
Yeah, no, I think with this card, it will actually... It's like a reverse hex. It will keep people safe. I guarantee...
I think Ofgem might have us.
With this card, you will not get sick with that dirty lurgy that's going around the schools at the moment. You won't get it with this card.
I wish just me die and everybody survive, but Unfortunately, so many people.
A lot of people. We're going to lose people. We're going to lose people.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if we stay indoors, Hercules, and we wash our hands, we will lose significantly less. It's going to be all right, my friend. It's going to be all right. I promise you.
Oh yeah, praise the Lord. Yeah, everything gonna be okay. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you? Whereabouts in the country are you?
I'm in London. I'm in forensic mental health hospital.
Oh my goodness! And well, I suppose I was going to ask if you're on lockdown. That's a silly question, isn't it?
Yeah. It's since Premier Minister Boris Johnson came 3-4 days ago. We locked down. We're in quarantine.
Good. Stay safe, my friend. Wash your hands. Listen to the doctors and the orderlies' advice. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank
bye,
you.
Mr. Lee. Bye, Miss Catherine. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. I like he calls you Miss Catherine, like Benny. You say Miss Diane. All right, Miss Diane. All right, Miss Diane. Oh, Benny.
Yeah.
Benny was the British Michael Nesmith, for those wondering. Let's go to Sonia. Good evening, Sonia.
Good evening, Kath, Ian, and Sam. I hear that my granddaughter, one of them, WhatsApped you today.
She didn't WhatsApp me. She, she Instagrammed me and said, I am Sonia's granddaughter. We would love it if you would marry her and give us more uncles and aunts.
Because she's got loads and loads. No, shall I tell you something, truthfully? Since I've been listening to you for a while, this few weeks we've had all this horrible word, CV, right? I feel happy. And don't ask me why, because I've not been out since my birthday at Christmas, the 27th of December. I've been self-isolated. Nobody comes here, because I don't want anybody. I talk on the phone an awful lot, watch a lot of television, and do nothing else. And the last few weeks, I've had a carer come in. It's just that my eyes are not that good, and I can't see certain things to do. But you, honestly, truthfully, you, Kath, and that lovely Sam, have made me feel happy when I hear your voice.
Beautiful.
Now,
that's what it's about.
I know, but you're so good, and you've got to take all that crap with people. I don't like it. Is there any chance? We don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to talk about it. But is there any chance you could come down where I live and you do this show, don't you?
Yes.
When do you do it?
Yeah. What?
The rabbit hole.
No. In Wales.
Where are you? Where are you?
Bushy Heath.
Well, here's the thing. We had a whole tour booked this year. Do you remember the tour, Catherine?
Yeah, I'm looking at a poster now for a load of places we're not going to go to.
Birmingham in April, Bath in May, Brighton in June. Good luck. I mean, the one in September, maybe. So I don't...
Well, listen, but Luton is doable for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'll make sure it is.
Well, that's the 19th of September. I mean, September's a long way away. We'll keep an eye on the way things are. We haven't cancelled it yet, have we?
No. None of them are cancelled yet.
But how do you get tickets?
You don't get tickets, Sonia. You get 2 tickets put on the door for you by us.
In an envelope said Sonia on it.
Oh, you get 2 free tickets. Is 2 enough, or would you like more?
No, I'm not going to be greedy. 2's fine.
You get 2 free tickets then, Sonia. That's how you do it.
That's fine. But, you make people so happy. You make me so happy. Carly said to me, when I said to her about you last week, I said, I've got a boyfriend. What, Grandma? Paul was so lovely. You can't be disloyal. I said, it's 20 years. It's not my boyfriend. It's on the phone. So she said, who is it? So I said, Iain Lee. Oh, shit, he was on the Jungle. I said, that's right. And I can't believe that she's phoned you. But when you come on the thing before the phone, you say, I'm going to get through to Sonia, Anthony, and someone else. The funny thing is, one of my sons is called Anthony, so I thought, he's going to phone as well. But obviously it's not going to be. But I love you both very, very much. The 3 of you, very, very much. And you're doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
Sonia, thank you so much indeed, and thank you. And we'll see you in September. If we don't see you then, we'll see you at some point, I promise. 0344 499 1000. Getting a lot of... I get it. People are scared. And so when people get scared, they look for targets, and they focus on them, and they hit those targets, thinking that will make things better.
That's them doing something about it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're getting a lot of abusive texts tonight and stuff. People who are not understanding the tongue-in-cheek nature of the show. So,
first-time listeners, welcome.
Well, no, Kev has been texting us a long, long time.
Oh.
I'll read it out. Good evening, Ian and Catherine. I've got an idea, pretty much like us all. You did not take this virus seriously at the beginning. Well, I did, actually.
Ian did.
Yeah, I did. So you're wrong. Then you went from one extreme to the other and started panicking about your mother. I'm not panicking about my mother. I'm accepting that there is a very strong chance she will die because she is going to be 70 in October and she's immunocompromised. So I'm trying to make peace with what could be a very upsetting thing. So again, wrong there. So tonight you have made a joke about having a Domino's and watching Dinner Date. Not a joke. It actually happened.
Yeah.
Rather than supporting the NHS. In all honesty, we forgot. I've been really tired. I've been very lethargic. My mental health has not been great.
And also, he doesn't live on a street where there's lots of other houses.
No.
So it wasn't like, oh, what are the neighbours doing? Oh, it must be that thing.
Yes, maybe they wouldn't have heard you clapping. But seriously, there is frontline workers are so invaluable. And if you ever needed them, you should really show more respect. From Kevin in Chester. Kevin, you have you're wrong on every single point that you've made there, my friend. Every single point. Kev, I've checked the history. You've called the show before. Call the show again. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number, and I'm happy to educate you on those bits that you're wrong. Let's go to Anthony. Good evening, Anthony.
Good evening. How are you? I'm
all right, thank you, mate. What you got for us?
Ian, how are you coping with this virus? And you coping well? Sounds like you had a good day today as well.
I'm drinking cream soda, so I feel like I'm king of the world.
Why don't stop drinking?
I'm not coping. Here's the thing, I'm not coping with the virus. I don't have it. If I do, I have a very mild. I have a kind of few of the slightly fringy symptoms, which are very achy bones and muscles, stiff neck, headache. But I don't know if I have it. I don't think I do. But so I'm not really. I don't have to cope with the virus at the moment. I'm simply. I mean, I would be staying at home anyway. Yeah, I might be going to Costa for a coffee normally, or I might.
It's got to be done.
Well, no, it isn't. But what I'm saying is, it has made very little impact on my life so far. We're working from home, which I prefer. It's changing things with the boys and stuff like that. And but so far only a minor way. I am very, very lucky. So my initial panic and fear has subsided for today. It may come back. It has subsided for today. Fingers crossed. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm good, Ian. Obviously, you've got to stay indoors because it's the best thing to do. I'm coping okay. Playing PS4, watching a bit of film, and chilling out, basically.
Beautiful. What are you playing on PS4, my friend? What are you playing on PS4?
Well, I'm playing. Have you heard of Uncharted?
I have. Yes, Nathan Drake.
Yeah, that's the one. Also, Last of Us remastered, and a bit of FIFA, a bit of football.
Okay, well, I was playing Doom today. That's where I'm at.
Winning game.
Yeah, nice one. Anthony, hang in there. It's going to be okay. I want to move on. By the way, can I just say, the radio show, this is a tweet. A radio show is about the listeners, Ian. It is not a platform for you to be self-indulgent and cry about your issues, because the reality is others are suffering much worse than you. I don't buy that others are worse off. It's signed from James. Can I let you into a secret? Secret. When you send a tweet, your name, the name of your account is on that tweet. So Isla, nice try.
Oh, Isla.
Nice try, but simply putting from James at the end of it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do, Isla, is I'm just going to block you for 24 hours. All that means is your tweets won't pop up in the studio for 24 hours. That's all. Let's go to Bobby before the news. Good evening, Bobby.
Hi.
Hey, Bobby, what you got?
I did the NHS I stood at my window because I live in a flat. So,
Well done.
and it made me quite emotional to think that
I heard it did
we're
for a
all
lot of people.
we're all sort of coming together. And then I go on Twitter sort of half an hour later, and then people are bashing Boris for clapping, and people we shouldn't be clapping, and complaining that we shouldn't be following Boris. And I personally, whatever you like, whoever you voted for, at the end of the day, he's been given something that no prime minister has had to go through in a long time. I mean, I know we had the influenza in the early 1900s and things, but he's been thrown this, really, and I think he's done exceptional.
No, I disagree. I think you're still allowed to criticise him. I think you're definitely allowed to criticise him for applauding the NHS when it could well be said that he has done a lot in his career, and the Conservative Party have done a lot in his career in their time to, chip away at the NHS. I think, bizarrely, I mean, I'm kind of left of centre, I'm kind of a Lib Dem sort of Labour flick between the two. Bizarrely, I think he's doing okay in this, and I am putting my faith in him and Rishi Sunak that they can get us out of this in the best possible way. I'm not totally convinced. I think that I'm not totally convinced, but I'm putting my faith in them. But yeah, you're allowed to criticise. I disagree quite strongly. I think you are allowed to criticise them, and certainly allowed to criticise what could be considered hypocrisy at Boris Johnson standing outside. I don't know where it was. It was outside
Downing
Number 10,
Street, yeah.
Applauding the NHS. I think you can.
The problem is, if he didn't do it, he would have been criticised for not doing it. So he's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't, to be honest. So
he's a prime minister.
Yeah.
He's going to get criticised.
That's the way it goes. And saying, well, he's had this thrown at him. Yeah, everybody has had this thrown at them. That's one of the risks. When you take the job, he thought he would be taking the job just to do a Brexit thing. Great, okay, fine. Well, this horrific thing has happened. I'm kind of keeping quiet and trying. I hope I'm putting my faith in them. I was thinking about this today, actually, when I was driving back from my boys. I'm putting my faith in them because what do I know about global pandemics and the management of? Very, very little, almost nothing. Nothing, right? So I don't know if there's anything they could be doing. I think they should have gone into lockdown 10 days before. What would that have achieved? I don't know. But I'm watching how it goes. If there are any huge missteps, I will call them out. But I certainly, at the end, when this is all over and there are all kinds of investigations into how it was done, I'll certainly be going through that with a fine-tooth comb and seeing, if someone says, well, if we'd have done this, you could have saved another 10,000 if you'd have done. So no, I get what you're saying, but I disagree, and I think that you are allowed to criticise. We don't have to be completely subservient just because there's a global pandemic.
Do you think, though, that also the public, I mean, as it sits at the moment, the people in the NHS are our frontline soldiers, and should we really be acknowledging the people that are saying you shouldn't be clapping for the NHS?
Well, no, but we haven't. You are. We haven't acknowledged the people that say that. Who's saying you shouldn't clap for the NHS?
I saw it on Twitter. Off the top of my head, I cannot tell you off the top of my head without.
So don't acknowledge it.
There are a million edgelords on Twitter who will see something trending and think, I'm going to wade in and say something unpopular to get a rise. Don't give them a rise.
Don't give them a rise. Yeah, don't just ignore
them. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Twitter.
Thank you, Bobby. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
cry, don't raise your eye. It's only teenage wasteland. Sally, take my hand. We'll travel some cross land. Put out the fire and don't look past my shoulder. The exodus is here. The happy ones are here. Let's get together before we get much older. Teenage wasteland. It's only teenage wasteland. Teenage wasteland. Oh yeah. Teenage wasteland. They're all wasted.
Coronavirus, we don't want it anymore. It's rocket, man. Rocket, man.
Fanny.
I'd like to wash your leaves. Just be in bed.
I'm gonna blow bubbles at your chuffy.
Coronavirus, we don't want it anymore.
Runners up.
Who is it? What's going on?
Runners up.
Four 4991000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. The late night alternative is what's cutting? Are we dropping out, Sam? Is that what you were? I wasn't looking at you. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, the music just kept on going like every 10 seconds.
Oh.
Is it fine? It's just rocking too hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, it might have been too loud.
Rocking too hard. Is it? Are we fine now?
Yeah, you're all right now.
I love this laid back attitude. This guy knows his onions. 0344 499 1000. Gracie Fields over there. George Formby over here. Meet the gang because the boys and the girl are here. The boys and the girl to entertain you. That's what we're here for, dear listener. 0344 499 1000. A lot of other radio shows are doing the newsy stuff, the stats, the figures. Okay, that's fine. Some of the radio shows are doing the tell us your stories. That's great. That serves an excellent purpose, and I'm not in any way knocking those shows. Just me and Kath kind of think, well, what's the point of doing another one of those shows when people like Daryl's doing it to a certain extent? He's a little bit more than that, but doing that. Dotton, Jim Davies, a lot of people doing that, and they do it brilliantly. So you don't need another one of those. So I think we're the only speak show in this country, probably in Europe. Well, we're not in Europe, are we? Probably in this country and Europe.
We are in Europe. We're just not part of the European Union.
Okay, Brexit. That is just coming on the air with the primary purpose of dicking about.
Of tickling your ribs.
What's that noise? Is that the cat? Or is that you scratching? Oh,
is there a cat around here?
Is there a cat around here? Oh no, they're all asleep. So that's it. We're here just to have a laugh. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We've got a load of calls tonight, which is great. So we'll get through them. We will call you out if you talk utter nonsense, though. That is our want. Let's go to Bob. Good evening, Bob.
Oh, good evening, Ian. I love it that you're dicking about. I love it that you're being a distraction from everything else.
May God bless you, sir, for realising that.
Yeah, and you, Kat. You're doing a wonderful job, the pair of you. Now, I tweeted you about 20 minutes ago, and you said ring in, so I rung in.
Go on. What was it about?
Yeah, I had a suggestion. A bit
are you the eye bag, the eyes guy?
Yeah. Who is the celebrity with the biggest bags under their eyes?
Well, here's the thing.
This
When I was
0344 499 1000, by the way.
when I was a very little girl, I'm
Yeah.
talking maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
The threat was if I didn't go to sleep, I'd end up with Peter Wood's eyes.
Who's Peter Wood?
He was a newsreader who had
I
really
remember him.
big.
Yeah, I remember
See,
him.
my go-to baggy eye man is Michael Aspel.
Oh.
Michael Aspel always looked like he hadn't slept for weeks, and then it turned out he was having it off with his wasn't it? Now he wasn't he? His wife was having an affair in EastEnders with Dirty Den.
Is that his wife?
Have I got this right?
His wife wasn't Jan.
No, you're
no
Jane.
You're thinking of the guy from Queen, aren't you?
She was married.
No, she was married to.
She was the only one Dirty Den wasn't giving it to.
No, either Michael Aspel's wife was having an affair with Dirty Den in EastEnders, or Michael Aspel was having an affair in his real life with the woman that Dirty Den was having an affair with in Dirty Den's fictional life. And that explained at the time why he had he had such big bags under his eyes.
You're shattering all my illusions,
Bob,
Ian.
in your tweet, you suggested Lloyd
Andrew
Webber.
Lloyd Webber, yeah. You have a look at you have a look at him today. Maybe not back in the past, but you look at him today. But Kath, I agree with you. Peter Woods had like treble bags under his eyes, didn't he? He was like
They were.
I don't know. They were amazing.
They were incredible. It was enough to make me go to bed, put it that way. It's like, whoa.
Catherine, have you just raised a finger there? Have you found out what
he was
Michael
married to Elizabeth Power,
Yeah.
who was in EastEnders.
Yeah.
And I recognised the face.
Right.
And they had 2 children together. And he left her for someone who worked on That's Life.
Oh dear.
Now I thought Michael Aspel was squeaky clean, and now you're telling me different. You've shattered my illusions.
Well, here's another one. You know, do you remember Shaw Taylor, Bob? Shaw Taylor, squeaky clean. He was at it.
Yeah.
Keep him peeled. He was peeling something. He was at it all the time. Listen, I can hardly talk. I'm a reformed or recovering sex addict. All right. So listen, my past is littered with things I would rather have, not brag about. But Shaw Taylor, Police 5, keep him peeled, was at it all the time.
Good grief! I didn't know that.
Yeah. Crime Watchers.
Well, that goes back to my childhood. You're not as old as me, Ian. I don't know how you remember Shaw Taylor.
What are you, Bob? 56?
No, you got it wrong. Bit more.
Go on.
64.
Oh, he's got a young man's voice.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's sad, isn't it? The thing is, I've done a bit of radio myself, and I think I sort of I put the radio voice on. That's what I've done.
Okay, that's it. He's lowered. All DJs are taught. We get a month-long course on how to make yourself sound younger or older, depending on what's appropriate. Bob, listen, thank you. We'll put it out there. Who has got the biggest bags under their eyes? 0344 499 1000.
You know, when I saw that phone I thought that's a professional's phone we should have known.
That's a good one. Let's go to Andrew. Good evening, Andrew.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Kath. How are you today?
Hey, Andrew. We're all right. What's going on with you?
I'm good. Hello?
What you got? Yeah, what you got? We're waiting for you to speak.
Right, yeah. Last night, Ian, you said you don't watch TV dramas, so I've got one for you. I want you to give me a documentary to watch on Netflix, and I'm going to come on the show next week and give you a review. How's that?
I don't understand, Catherine. I don't understand anything that was just...
Say those words again.
What?
I was speaking to you last night.
Right.
We got that, yep.
Yeah, and we were talking about Netflix and PS4 and whatnot. And I mentioned The Stranger, and you said you don't watch TV dramas.
No. And he said he wouldn't watch it because it'd be disappointing.
Yeah.
And I said it sounded good.
Yeah. So I'm saying I want him to give me a documentary to watch, and then next week I will come on the show and give you a review.
I've got one question.
Go on.
Why?
Well, I want to find a new documentary to watch.
The Tiger King.
Okay.
Speak to you next week.
All right.
0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Thank you to about the 12, 15 people who've tweeted me. Mark and Tracy and loads others. These are the ones that are on the screen now. Michael Aspel's wife played Mrs. Hewitt in EastEnders, and she had an affair with Arthur Fowler.
I remember that really upsetting me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Arthur, what you doing?
Yeah. Do you remember when he went nuts and he smashed up the table?
Yep. I remember that. Yeah. That wasn't a very big kitchen either. He made a right old mess.
No. No. Let us go to... I'm feeling a bit... I'm sorry, I'm scratchy down below. I had a shave today. I'm so bored. I was bored by 9:30 this morning, so I went and shaved my...
My God, it's going to be like Desperate Dan's chin down there by
Huge.
Sunday.
It's all day. I'm just scratching away. Anyway, I'm a bit confused by tonight's show.
Yeah, so am I.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah. It feels like... It feels like we've thrown a net out and what we're pulling in isn't quite what we were fishing for.
No, I mean, stuff that we'd throw back.
What even is that?
But I'm enjoying it, but I'm enjoying it as a listener. I'm not enjoying it as a host. I'm actually finding it quite hard work and quite unpleasant. Yeah. But as a listener, I'm thinking, oh, this is good. This is unpredictable.
This is awkwado.
A little wild. Let's go to Daniel. Good evening, Daniel.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hey, Daniel.
Hello, Daniel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Hi
can.
There. On the topic of a celebrity with bags in their eyes, how about Limmy?
Limmy, yeah. Turn your radio off, Daniel. I'm just going to Google a picture of the former Scottish comedian Lammy. Let's have a little.
I think he's quite youthful.
Oh no, there's something.
But he does do some faces, doesn't he, where it does accentuate the under eye area.
I think he's all right in his normal face. I think he's all right.
Okay. Also on the topic of documentaries, that guy, I recommend Tickled if he's still listening. Have you heard of that, Ian? Kath?
Yeah, I started watching it and I didn't enjoy it, and I didn't buy into it because Tickled is a documentary about professional tickling or something. It's a long time since I started to watch it.
Is it a kinky thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I read that there is a very strong chance that the whole thing is faked.
Oh.
Oh.
Did you not know? Had you not read that?
I enjoyed it.
Oh well, no. I'm sure you did. And I don't want to belittle it. I just read, and this was maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago. I can't remember when it came out. That there was quite a strong argument that the whole thing had been faked. I don't know if the evidence has changed since then. And about
Ian,
20 minutes into it,
explain to Kath what it is.
You explain to Kath what it is.
Kath, it's about a man who films people getting tickled.
Right.
Yes, that's it.
Well, I'm glad you explained it because Ian would have muffed that right up, wouldn't he? But
Listen, I made you a short 10-second song. I'm going to go in a minute. Can I send you my 10-second song? It's dedicated to both of you. Can I sing it right now?
To us? Sing it.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Iain Lee and Coffee, you make me happy. Iain Lee and Coffee, you make me happy.
That sounds a bit like early Stone Roses. You taste of cherry. That one, you know that? That sounds a bit like the EPs before they did an album.
We're glad we make you happy.
Thank you, Daniel. I enjoyed that. Thank you very, very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. Getting a lot of art is being created. We've had Nigel's anti-coronavirus song, which I've sent to a professional DJ to remix, and then we're going to send it to everybody on the We Are the World video. And also, we're getting little features for the show. One of my favourite features is the keep your what is it? Keep your spirits
Up
high.
special.
Keep your spirits up special.
Crisis.
Oh, no, Barry,
no.
Barry. That sounds a bit too much like ISIS, doesn't it, Barry?
What about KY sauce?
Doesn't it just?
We've got to be careful.
Spirits up special.
I saw a tweet today from a young lady who's thinking about getting that tattooed upon herself.
Well, why not?
Keep it up,
Crisis all over her buttocks.
Okay, I've got something. I've got talking of gifts all over your buttocks.
Yeah,
I've got a little gift. I've got a little gift for you, Barry.
Go on.
This is from our friend Harrison.
Keep your spirits up.
Special.
Special. Special. Special. Special. Special.
I love it. Isn't that lovely? Brilliant people out there. You are brilliant. I'm so relieved.
Don't want to do it.
Right.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, don't have to. But I'm so pleased that someone's done that, because I done a terrible poem last night. It was a load of rubbish. So well done. Is it Harrison or someone?
It's Harrison or someone, yes.
Well done. Flipping good. Well done. And I hope it's keeping your spirits up, everyone.
Well, everyone's excited, Barry. We're all wondering. Yeah, let me finish. Everyone's excited. Okay, let me do the thing.
Go on. Speak.
I'm doing it. And if all you've got to do is just keep go.
Oh, sorry, go.
Everyone is excited. And just let me finish it.
Yeah, go on.
Everyone.
Go on. Everyone is,
Everyone is excited. Everyone.
Yes.
Everyone
is excited about. I'll let you speak. Go on. Go.
Everyone's excited about what you got tonight.
Oh, what I got tonight. An animal. Think of a beautiful animal to keep your spirits up. You got the backing
Is that
music?
it? No. Is that it? Just think of an animal.
I'm going to expand God's beautiful animals in this world.
Okay, let me get the
music, spiritual. It's to keep your spirits up special, and it's animals. So I've done flowers last night, and it's animal tonight, as I say,
Okay, so it's going to be the same thing you say in words.
Oh, nice
but this time
words.
about
nice
this
words,
time, instead of a flower, it will be an animal.
It's God's bounty. It's God's bounty. Animals tonight, yes. Flora and fauna last night, animal tonight.
Okay, well, here's the music playing, Barry, so in your own time.
Okay. It was a beautiful summer's day. Butterflies were fluttering, bees are buzzing. And I turned to my Margaret, I says, let's go Windsor Safari Park. Oh, yes, Harry.
Hang on a minute. When was this, in the 1970s?
No, very recently. Still open, isn't it, Windsor?
No, it's Legoland now.
Sorry, Whipsonade is what I'm thinking of.
That's definitely still open, yeah.
I saw a picture of me and my sister at Windsor Safari Park today.
Did you?
Yes, I did,
Oh, how
lovely.
Anyway, sorry, carry on. Sorry.
It was Whipsonade Safari Park. Well, round about 1989, if I remember rightly. A beautiful day. Make some sandwiches, I said to Margaret. In them days, you could suggest to a lady she'd done it. Nowadays, you get short shrift, make your own, or some such feminist claptrap. But in them days, I said, make some sandwiches. She done an egg. And then after that, she made some sandwiches. Cheese, pickle, lovely bit of ham she done, and some crisps she bought. And off we went to Whipsonade. We do love the animal. God's bounty, and in these terrible times, just imagine it. Elephants, lions, tigers, little monkeys with their funny little purple butts. curbs, grabbing hold of your windscreen wipers, and off we went. Suddenly the car broke down. We was right near the giraffe's enclosure. Just imagine now in these times of misery that beautiful giraffe, long-necked, camouflage, little tufty on its head, beautiful face with a strong jawline. As we approached, trying to get out the car, looking for a... Hello? Look. Oh, yeah, that's a nice picture. Those are the monkeys and that.
Monkeys.
Suddenly, the giraffe noticed us. We was frightened. We started to make our way to the car. And suddenly, before we knew it, there was one with its back to us. What should we do? Move quickly and alert it. That's a monkey again. Don't matter, that's not quite a move.
I don't know what... let me stop. I don't know what noises giraffes make. I don't think they make a noise.
Quiet, aren't
They're chewing on grass and that.
I've not... That won't register. I won't do any noises.
No, just do the nice music, maybe.
Just a point of order. I think you mean Woburn Safari Park. Whipsnade, they'd all be locked up, wouldn't they?
Whipsnade's a zoo, yeah.
Anyway,
Look,
it doesn't
I
matter.
am
Stories-
trying to... Can I just say something? I'm trying
Story's
to...
paper thin tonight, isn't it? It's
I'm
almost as if
trying
he's
to-
just
I'm
making
trying
it up on the spot.
Yeah, well, possibly, but the point is I'm trying to cheer people up. We've never been to Whipsnade. We've never been to Windsor, all right? I'm just trying to cheer people up. Is that so wrong?
Well, but why are you doing it by lying? Lion!
Trying to make things up, to make things nicer. But the truth is, we've never been. We've been sat here all day moaning.
Well, then why are you talking about a bloody zoo if you've never been to a bloody zoo?
You are out of order, mate. And
You're out of order, making lies up about a zoo.
Anyway, this isn't cheering anyone up.
Get to the end of your made-up story, old man.
The giraffe farted and knocked my Margaret clean off her feet.
Thanks very much for your call, Barry. Not your best. Unbelievable. We've got to work on these. Keep your spirits up.
Kaisos, yeah.
Specials because it's I don't know if it's working. He's making up a story about going to a zoo.
Never been.
This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. What you got, Boyley?
All right, I'll give you the yes.
Okay. Don't feel obliged to.
No, it's nothing to do with. What time is it? I could do this.
11:30. It's sexy time.
Let's plunge into the Daily Star.
Daily Star.
Model puts bull's penis in her mouth for disgusting TV prank. That sound familiar?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've been close to that.
Anastasia Ivleva, one of Russia's best-known Instagram stars, has turned her online success into a hit TV show where she does weird and silly stunts. A Russian model who's managed to turn a hobby making funny video clips on Instagram into her own national television show has found out the hard way that fame has a downside.
Yeah.
Anastasia Ivleva, known as Agent Girl, plays a game on her TV program Agent Show where she has to guess what's in a box.
What?
If she gets it wrong, she has to put whatever is in there in her mouth. It sounds like a very dangerous game.
I'd be up for this. How much does it pay?
Anastasia, 29, guessed that the mystery object was a chunk of animal fat or perhaps some lard. She went on to guess at chicken skin and even a bag of manure, but failed to identify it as a bull's penis and unfortunately had to pay the price. Anastasia already has a huge following in her native Russia, but her latest exploits have made her one of the most talked about celebrities in the country. The bull's penis episode was a sensation on Russian social media. Flippin' heck, it is massive.
The penis?
Yeah, it's not what you imagine either. I mean, look, it's not even in this shot.
It's very long, isn't it?
Long and stringy.
Yeah.
Which is not what you'd imagine. I mean, not that I spend a lot of time imagining it. Anastasia's friends encouraged her to start posting clips online because they found her.
Because we know, you do know that we know this now. We didn't know this last week.
Go on, yeah.
But we know this now, that we have at least one listener, possibly two, that will be getting off on this. We got two zoophiles.
Yeah, well, one, and then someone else who defended them in a rather, I don't know,
horny way
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
So just tread carefully.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, I don't think anything I say is... They're probably already getting off on, I don't know, some wallpaper with a bird on it or something.
Yes.
Asking for it. Her videos were so popular she rose to become one of the country's leading social media celebrities and a Maxim cover girl who now boasts 15 million Instagram followers. That means she's important, ladies and gentlemen.
It does.
She is considered an outrageous personality in her native Russia, and her comedy clips often garner millions, sometimes tens of millions of views.
Well, that's still millions.
Millions, and sometimes a lot of millions. Last year, she became engaged to a 25-year-old Russian rapper, Alj, real name Alexei Ozenyuk, describing him as her husband in one social media post. Her first major... I don't care.
Why are you telling us?
I don't know why the Daily Star's telling me. I get what social media is. I get what these people do. In the show, the hosts toss a coin to decide which contestant will spend the weekend with only £86 and who will have access to an unlimited credit card. Oh, this was her first hit. The travel show, Oriol Ireshka, Heads and Tails, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you remember the Ant and Dec show produced by Simon Cowell?
Yeah, where you could win what was in the adverts.
No.
Oh?
That programme still goes on.
The Biker Grove.
No. The Black or Red.
Yes.
And it was based on roulette.
Yeah.
And it was a big prize. I don't think it was £1 million, but it was certainly a big old prize. And it got pulled after one series because it was gambling.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to gamble as entertainment on
But
shows.
isn't that what that Shove Ate Me programme is?
No, because there is an element of skill there's general knowledge in there.
Okay.
And that's not gambling at all. It's general knowledge, skill and luck. Whereas black and white, it was you bet on black. Oh, black and red, I think you bet on black or you bet on red. It's a gamble. There's no skill. Has to be an element of skill involved in it. And there was no skill in that show.
Blimey.
Anyway, sorry, carry on with,
Don't do
with
that
this
then.
before we all die.
Anastasia says she has a fear of flying, always starts the day with 2 glasses of water. Again, and confesses that she's absolutely hopeless in the kitchen. Gosh, she's so brave.
Is she fit?
Yeah.
This, I suspect, is why the Star is hanging a very, very thin story over her.
She's pretty, she's got pink hair and she likes to pose in a bikini. I think that's why the Daily Star might be trying to introduce Anastasia into our lives. But anyway, a bull's penis, eh, guys?
I want to introduce Alid into our lives. Good evening, Alid.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very well. It's not a great line, I'm afraid, my friend. What have you got for us?
I know. I can't afford a new phone because what I want to say is it might be political, but if you don't mind me going political on you.
I'd love it if you used your real voice.
Well, my real voice is like that. I've got a bit of a cold. I was born under one ring star. That good?
Good is a very, very strong word that I think is completely inappropriate in this context.
I did not use any word that is inappropriate. I was born under a lonely star.
A lonely star.
Just wandering.
How drunk are you?
Not much. Really. Well, actually, Iain, I've had a few.
Yeah, I know. And they're about this big. But let's get to the point. Let's get to the meat and 2 veg of this.
Okay, meat and 2 veg. Okay. I am really fed up with people complaining about not having enough money to live on.
Tough.
And expecting the government.
Tough. You're in a very fortunate position, I would imagine, where you have got enough money to live on. A lot of people don't have enough money to live on, and particularly at this current time when people are being forced to not go to work, they need help. That's what we do in a civilized society.
Absolutely, I agree with a civilized society, and I really agree with that. But what
You're
I
now
don't
about to
agree
contradict a civilized society. Yes.
Well, no. A civilized society means people are civilized. Yes.
Yeah.
And what I don't agree with is people spending every single penny they've got. Oh.
Hang on a minute.
Way down.
Just playing one of Alan's hits. Yes, go on.
Oh, thank you for that. I thought there was a lorry passing my house at the moment.
My boys asked me
No.
today, what's the lowest I could go? And so I went low and I said, I know the lowest note in a song, and I played them way on down while they ate a jacket potato.
Incredible.
It blew their minds. They were in
It was a beautiful song, Ian. But what I'm trying to say, and I've always tried to say this, is that too many people in the world, the UK, they get money, they spend it, they don't save it.
Alex, what is going on in your life that you would phone up a radio station? I'm guessing you've not heard any of the show tonight, right?
I've heard a bit of it, but not much of it, no.
Exactly. So you phoned up a show that you're unfamiliar with, a show that is trying to have a laugh.
I'm familiar with your show. I'm familiar with Talk Sport. You know,
We're not on Talk.
Mike
Alid,
Graham.
we're not Talk Sport.
And we're not Julia or Mike.
Oh, sorry, Talk Radio. Sorry.
Yeah. What's my name?
Iain.
Yeah. Try again.
Iain.
And what's her name?
Brewer.
Ian and Brewer. Okay.
We all sound the
Iain
Yeah.
Lee. It's Iain Lee. I'm joking. It's Iain Lee.
And what's the lady's name that I'm with?
How many ladies?
Just the one lady, one woman that I'm here with. She's been here with
4 years I've been here.
hosting the show and producing the show, and you've listened to it a few times, as you said.
I know, but...
So, go on, her name is?
Sheila.
Okay, so, why would you phone up a show that you've hardly ever listened to, a show that is trying to have a laugh while there's a global pandemic? You've decided to phone up at 20 to midnight on Thursday night, drunk, to complain about people claiming benefit and not spending those benefits in the way that you would like them to spend their benefits. What's going so wrong? Hang on, I've got a question. I've got a question, Alid. I've got a question, and if you say my name wrong again, I will cut you off because it's not funny. What's going so wrong in your life that you have to phone up and make that point right now?
Well, Ian, if I can answer what my point really is.
Answer the question. Not make your point. If you answer the question. Do you remember the question I just asked you?
Answer it directly, not indirectly. Then I will answer it.
Do what, sorry?
Answer the question. Ask the question directly, not indirectly.
Yeah. What was the question I just asked you, Alid?
It was about what makes me phone a radio station late at night and blah, blah, blah.
The blah 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 was important.
That was That was the question. That was integral to it.
Okay, Ian, what I'm trying to ask you was the government should and cannot pay everybody's wages for the next 6 months. It will bankrupt the UK.
Yeah, it quite possibly will. It quite possibly will. But that's what we do in a civilised society. Are you earning at the moment?
No, not earning a penny.
You got savings?
I've got a few quid in savings,
Right.
yes.
A lot of people haven't. A lot of people live in paycheck to
That's
paycheck.
the point
They
I'm
haven't
trying to
got
make,
savings.
Ian. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because
I don't think you understand the point.
Yes, I do understand the point, Ian. The point I'm
You
trying
don't,
to
because
make...
people don't save.
Whoa. I've got
People don't
savings
save.
because I don't piss my money up the
Right,
wall.
Alid, some people are surviving, barely surviving, paycheck to paycheck. That means at the end of the month,
I understand
they
that.
have no money to save. You know that there are nurses that go to food banks that depend on food banks.
That's a myth. That's a myth. If a nurse has
Alid,
to go to a
thanks for
food
your
bank...
call. Goodbye. Alid, goodbye. Thank you. 034449911. That's a myth, is it? Okay. I've spoken to them. I've spoken to them.
That's an edgelord. There we go.
No, it's not. It's a pisshead. That's all it is.
That's another thing. I don't piss my money up the wall, mate. Probably a bad night to say that.
Oh God!
Why would you, in a time of national crisis?
Sheila, please leave it to me.
Or Brewer. Why would you, in a time of national crisis, ring up a radio station where people are locked in and worried about where their next meal is coming from, or whether they're going to have a job to go back to in whenever this happens, and make a point like that when you're really not up to it? Don't come on drunk.
I'm having the time of my life tonight. As a listener, as a presenter, I'm hating it, but God, I'm having fun listening to it. We didn't do that break, did we?
No, should we do it?
Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
What is going on tonight, man? Let's see if Nick can bring some sense into the conversation. Good evening, Nick.
Good evening. I'm new listener. I think, unfortunately, you
Welcome.
might forever be. Thank you. You may forever be stuck in my mind as Brewer and Lane. But
Iain and Sheila and Brewer and oh my God, whatever. As long as you keep listening, Nick, I don't care who you think we are.
Well, I kind of stumbled across you. I don't even know why. Earlier on this week. And
Good fortune, that's why.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And the first night I sort of listened and I thought, what are this pair of so-and-so's about? And then the second night I kind of listened and thought, okay, I understand now. Not you know, took me a while to gather, and since then I've been chuckling away quite happily.
Thank you. Well, thank you for sticking with it. It's not an easy show to get on your first listen.
Yeah, exactly, because it's not obviously like other shows, you know. It's
so
not.
Thank you for persevering. It's appreciated.
It's good to be different. I just wanted to kind of say, well, I heard earlier you mentioning about being 2 years sober, so congratulations on that. That's quite an achievement. Haven't suffered from it myself, but yeah, aware how difficult things like that can be. And just really to say, carry on doing the good work, you Beth. Really enjoyed the show. I love the net that you cast tonight, and listening to such a lovely variety of our.
Here's the thing, Nick. Here's the thing, right? Now, me and Kath, because tonight's show has been a particularly odd one. We're both in sort of slightly defensive karate poses, waiting for the kick to the shins or the punch to the gut. It's a great show, really enjoying it. But I think you're both tossers, and I wish you'd die. But I don't think it's coming from you. But we're so tense now. It's like we've been in an abusive kind of relationship with our callers tonight. So, well, listen, man, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the fact that we're just trying to have a laugh. You know, while Rome burns, and you know, and brilliant. Well, I look forward to speaking to you again, Nick. Thank you, mate. What a nice guy. 0344 499 1000. Oh, yeah, it's Jasmine.
Oh, hello, Jasmine.
Hi.
Oh, it's a different Jasmine.
Yes, hi.
I retract the voice.
I don't mean as in I'm disappointed. I mean as in okay, great. Well, this is lovely to have two Jasmines. Two Jasmines, is that the plural? Jasmine, it's nice to talk to you. What would you like to share with the nation tonight?
Well, I heard you earlier talking about Tiger King. Have you seen that on Netflix?
Yes, mate.
How far have you got?
Done it, mate.
Oh, wait.
You
completed it.
Can I ask you both something?
Yes, you can, but don't give any spoilers. No spoilers.
Can you talk about how big your feet are?
Do you believe that was his real singing voice? Because I've got a theory.
I liked his songs.
Because his voice was like that. His singing voice was like that.
I'm not sure, but I loved it. I'm tempted to buy his album. Just
you were into it, weren't you?
I really enjoyed his songs. I thought his songs were great. For example, this is I Saw a Tiger by Joe Exotic.
Well, apparently by Joe Exotic.
This is great, man. I love it. Listen to it. But the production's so good. Here we go.
Tell all the hunters to lay down their guns. Tell them that the tiger needs a little bit of love. Let them run the jungle. Let them roam their land.
He's in prison for 22 years.
And he talks like that.
Attempting to murder someone.
What a beautiful
It's not him.
Cause I saw a tiger.
I think it is.
I don't, because he was singing in his truck and he didn't sound like that.
Hang on, here we go.
He was singing along with himself and didn't sound like himself.
This is my favourite. Hang on a minute, Jasmine. We will come back, I promise. Unfortunately, we've fallen down a Joe Exotic tiger.
She was a rich woman, she had rich taste. She felt the blood running through her veins. She liked the life she had, she loved her big cats and the beauty of being nuts.
Oh, the video for this.
Just here, kitty, kitty.
Terrible.
Well, everything was fine, just as sweet as wine, but her husband went and disappeared. But then it got a little crazy, it got a little hazy, and the cops said there's something wrong here.
I think the cops should have said there's something weird. Hang on.
Oh, here, kitty, kitty. Oh, Mama's got some treats for you.
Oh, Kathy, you're getting excited.
Los Angeles Times has been asking the same question about this as I have.
Right. Okay, they've asked the question.
Short answer, according to them, it's not him singing, but he won't admit it. While we'd all rather live in a world where Joe Exotic, instead of resorting to the attempted murder of humans and serial abuse of tigers, landed a side tent gig at a rescheduled Stagecoach 2021, the actual recordings of his albums were farmed out to songwriter Vince Johnson and singer Danny Clinton, each of whom are credited for archival footage in the docuseries.
No, I'm not having that.
He talks like that.
Jasmine, I'm not having that. Joe Exotic is the singer, and that's all there is to it, isn't it?
I'm with Iain on this. I'm sorry, Catherine.
You're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself.
How dare you, Catherine? How dare you? Yes, he may have done some horrendous things, but we will be Joe Exotic fans until it's apparently, Jasmine, he pops up in a Louis Theroux documentary as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've not seen it.
I knew I'd seen him before somewhere.
Yeah, he pops up in a Louis Theroux thing.
And I said he's got. I remember him showing them a place in his park where he's got like his brother's remains or something,
Right. Okay.
or his ashes or something.
All right. Okay.
That was what I remember.
A pretty memorable character. You would remember him if you saw him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's some show. It, like a lot of these things, the last episode is a little bit of a damp squib. I think it kind of peters out, but it's great. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
yeah, and you don't think it can get any weirder, and it just really, really does.
Yeah. Jasmine, listen, thank you very much for that. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Jackie. Good evening, Jackie.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Kath.
Hey,
Jackie. I don't want to be on a down or anything. I know the coronavirus is a big thing, but things in the papers today. I have to go out every day to visit my partner because I'm sort of his carer. I get the paper. He reads a certain paper, and he's sitting there flicking through the pages and said, "Oh my God, look at that! A nurse has killed herself." And I went,
well, I don't know anything about that. I've not seen that
Right.
story.
Okay,
My suggestion is don't get the paper.
I know, but when I looked it up, the story in the paper was NHS nurse kills herself. This story, I said to him, right, okay, let's get this into perspective. I looked it up. It was a story from 2 years ago, and nothing.
Welcome to the world of the papers.
I know,
where they will fill it. Yeah.
It was just so sad to read that he sat there and read it, and I said, well, what does it say? Oh, it just says she killed herself. I said, but that's got nothing to do with the virus at the moment.
No.
It was a story from 2 years ago. She split up from her boyfriend.
Okay.
She had-
We don't need to go into the details because it's obviously
No,
a very
I know.
sad story.
I know,
but just
but-
don't read the papers.
I know, that's what I said to him, and I thought, it's just getting so over the top.
I haven't
Why
read a
do
paper
they
for 2
need-
weeks.
I know,
I
I
haven't read a paper
don't
for 2
read
weeks
them.
and I feel so
I always
much better
say
for
to him,
it.
I'm not bothered. I don't read the papers. He gets the paper because he likes the crossword in it, but he flicks
Well, get
through
him
the
a book of
pages.
crossword puzzles. You
I
can get
will
them in
do. I will
newsagents
do
with
now.
pictures of like stars on,
But-
like Nick Knowles and stuff. Get that.
But I'd just like to say thank you to everyone in the UK tonight who went out to clap for the NHS workers.
And those who didn't are scum.
And, well, we've got a nurse who lives over the road from us, and she's out
God,
every
so-
night.
I bet she was checking through the window going, right, number 62,
No.
number 6, no one from number 64,
She
scumbags,
came out.
won't be treating them.
she came out of her mum and dad's house. They look after her daughter for her while she's on shifts. But she came out and she just shouted across the street to us, "Thank you so much."
John Lane
lovely.
tweeted earlier, "I went for a run at 7:30, and as I turned into my road at 8 p.m, the neighbours all cheered and clapped me. I felt like Roger Bannister in the Chariots of Fire. Very moving."
I saw someone online saying, "I just got clapped putting the bins out."
Yes, there's been so many lovely stories. We had fireworks going off. You could hear all the streets around all clapping and cheering. It was so uplifting tonight. So that was a good point of the night.
There you go, Jackie. Thank you very much indeed. My God, we've got so many calls. Let's do one more before the news. And then David, Alistair, Kai and June, I will come to you after the news. Stay there. Steve!
Evening, Ian. Evening, Kath.
Evening, Steve. Stephen, what can we do for you?
First time caller.
How long you been listening for?
Oh, a few years now.
You get the bell.
Followed you on different radio stations, of course.
Love it. I love you.
Thank you very much. I love you
You're
too.
my kind of guy. What can we do for you tonight, Steve? Tonight, Steve?
I just thought I'd give you a quick ring. I'm just laying here.
Naked, touching yourself.
Oh, God.
Feeling horny.
Where's the camera?
What are you wearing right now? Be honest.
Shorts and t-shirt.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
And are you in bed, on the sofa, on the floor?
I'm on the floor.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What are you doing on the floor?
Because I prefer
Looking sexy.
Finish that sentence. Finish that sentence. It ended on hard and we can't.
Yes, I prefer a hard bed.
There we
I
go.
lay on the
Okay.
floor.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yes. Okay. No more jokes.
And I'd like to say congratulations on 2 years.
Nice one, mate. Thank you. I'm absolutely thrilled.
Your 2-year token, I've got my friend's 10-year token hanging on my wall.
Beautiful.
He gave me.
Beautiful. It's magic. They're tiny, silly little things, but for us, they contain a lot of meaning, and we fought hard to get these. So I'm thrilled. How are you doing, Steve? How's life for you?
Pretty crap at the moment, but oh well.
Any reason that the general nonsense or anything else going on?
My mum just died, and my partner going through cancer treatment.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry, Steve. God, you really are having a crappy time.
Nah, these things happen. Just part of life.
It is, but you're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to grieve. You're allowed to feel it. There's no shame in that.
No. But it's talk to you both at long last.
Nice one, Steve. I look forward to our next call, mate. Thank you so much, and good luck getting to sleep on the floor. Thank you.
Hey.
What a nice guy.
All right.
Thank you, mate.
Nice,
0344 499 1000. I like that. I felt there was a little bit more that Steve maybe wanted to share with us, but
First
wasn't quite
call,
ready
let's
to.
see, yeah.
Wasn't quite ready to. Thank you, mate. Oh my God, look at the time. It's midnight. David, Alistair, Kai, Paul, June will come to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative. Weeknights from 10 o'clock on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Somehow happiness will find you.
forget what happened yesterday. I know the better things are on the way. It's really good to see you rocking out and having fun, living like you just begun. Accept your life and what it brings. I hope tomorrow you find better things. I know tomorrow you'll find better things. Just wishing you the bluest sky and hoping something better comes tomorrow. Hoping all the verses rhyme and the very best of choruses too. Follow all the doubt and sadness. I know the better things are on the way. I know you got a lot of good things happening up ahead. The past is gone, it's all been said. Here's to what the future brings. I know tomorrow you'll find better things. I know tomorrow you'll find better things. I hope tomorrow you'll find better things.
0344 499 1000. Things. The Late Night Alternative, Iain Lee and Sheila Brewer.
Apparently.
Oh, man alive. Oh, I'm so exhausted. Let's go to Paul. Good evening, Paul. Hello, Paul.
Just talk, and then I can be like in the background.
Well, no, Paul, you can talk now, and then you can be in the foreground.
Oh, someone's handing the phone over, are they?
Oh, he's hung up. He bottled it. Let's go, let's go to June. Good evening, June.
Good evening, Mr. Lee and Miss Brewer. How are you both?
Both really upset.
Hi
June,
there,
do me a
Kat.
favour. June, do me a favour. We're both really tired. Could you talk to the next person on the phone for me?
Oh, do I have to? I wanted to talk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I
Go
just
on then,
want
thank
somebody
you.
to get me away from... Hello?
Yeah, get you away from what? Sex?
To get me... No, to get me away from that bloody Animal Crossing.
Oh, God. Well, then speak to my friend David. Say hello, David.
Hello, David.
Hello, June.
Oh, God. Hello, David. How are you?
What do you mean, oh, God?
How are you, David?
I was all right until 2 seconds ago when you said, oh, God.
Well, I thought you might have been conversing with him, you know, in your spiritual capacity.
Are you a believer?
Yeah. I can be persuaded.
I'm sure you can, June.
I can, yeah, as long as you keep the chickens away.
I'm not having chickens in the bedroom.
Oh, that's good. Nor am I. I have dogs.
No. You go, oh, yeah, dogs in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cocker
Woof, woof.
spaniels.
Oh, and maybe a Doberman?
No, I don't want a Doberman. They're too big.
Okay, well, what kind of size are we thinking?
Well, I'm quite happy with my cockers. I used to have German Shepherds, but I'm quite happy with my cockers now.
What were the names of the German Shepherds?
Oh, I had one called Sheba, one called Jasmine, and a long, long time ago I had one called Tara.
It's funny because when you said German Shepherds, I just assumed that they were male. So,
No, they were all female.
Blimey, how sexist of me. And you say, how long did you have them?
How long did I have them? Oh, the first one, Sheba, we had for about 12 years.
Non-stop? Non-stop, without a break?
Oh, yeah.
Good
Oh,
Jesus.
she was police trained, that's why she was really good. She could go forever.
She knew how to sniff out the area.
Okay,
All right, that'll do.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Ian.
You're very welcome, David. There's the keep them both up, Sam. David, if that were a pilot for a chat show,
yeah,
let's just say it ain't getting picked up by any network. That was terrible questioning.
It was awful, wasn't it?
Wasn't it, June?
Yeah,
I feel
think
like
so, yeah. I mean,
I feel like David had a hidden agenda. Not so hidden.
I'm pretty certain he had a hidden agenda.
You've all got filthy minds.
Me? I haven't got a filthy mind.
They have, the two perverts that are talking to us.
Perverts, he calls it.
Right, June. What would so perverts? June, what have you called in for?
I called in for a bit of, a little bit of sanity.
How's your father?
No, sanity.
Yes.
I
Well.
have 3 switches in my flat,
Yes.
played with by 2 children and 1 supposed adult,
Yes.
and they're all playing Animal Crossing.
Terrible game.
And
Terrible game for idiots.
Very addictive. I quite enjoyed it back in the day.
Exactly. Terrible game for idiots.
And peaches and apples and pears and jumping from one island to another. And I'm just thinking to myself, God, there's got to be something else to life than that.
Well, there's flirting with David Babcock, apparently.
Well, I wasn't expecting that one.
No.
I'll phone Ian Lee, and I mean, if he could get me away from it for a couple of minutes, I might even have talked dirty to him.
June, goodbye. Cut her off. Thank you very much. David.
Hello.
Hello.
You're very meek all of a sudden.
I feel embarrassed.
You should be.
That was a bit rude of me, wasn't it?
It was obscene, and it was awful, and disrespectful, and sexist.
Well, I planned all this out. What I was going to do, you were going to go, David, my old pal, what you got for us, right? And then I was going to go, it was let me just think. It was going to be like,
hi there, my name is Joe Exotic, and I'm going to sing you a song. There may be trouble ahead.
That was a good Joe Exotic voice.
My name is Joe Exotic.
That's good.
My name is Joe Exotic. These are my tigers. And this is my 19-year-old husband.
And his husband.
No, Kathleen's is far better than yours. I can't believe how good that is.
He's got testiculos. If I had that, I'd be able to do it.
Do you reckon it's him singing, David?
No.
Shut up.
No, not at all.
Shut up. Why not? They wouldn't be allowed to put it in if it wasn't.
Of course they can. The man that owns bloody tigers, he can do what he wants. And
Also,
he did.
it wasn't the wildest of his claims, was it?
No. No, it's a strange old thing. Well, but you didn't phone in, you didn't do that. So all in all, a waste of an evening, probably, mate. You've been waiting for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say probably 2 out of 10. Go to Alistair.
Well, I will do. But Alistair will be coming to you next. David is passing the baton. David, do you fancy playing some Call of Duty in about 48 minutes?
No, I'm going to bed.
Let's go to Alistair. Good evening, Alistair.
You got pied.
Evening, guys.
Hey, man, what you got?
Watching you on video again. It's been a challenging show for you.
He's watching us on video phone on YouTube. It has been a very... I keep saying, as a listener, I'm loving it. As the guy, who's kind of in the mix with Sheila Brewer.
Can you stop calling me that?
I'm finding it such hard work. I'm really short of breath tonight. I'm finding it such hard work to deal with these numpties tonight. I mean, you guys are great, but we've had like a month's worth of idiots in tonight's show.
They seem to have all stumbled into the wrong shop.
That's incredible.
Do you think they've all got cabin fever effect?
Some of them have had it a while,
I think some people have drunk their 3 weeks of booze tonight. And they smoked their 3 weeks of ganja tonight.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of cabin fever. Here's the thing, as this progresses, and this whole, it'll be over in 3 weeks. I don't think so. As this progresses, this show will get weirder and weirder because people will go kind of feral. And we'll go more and more nuts. It's going to be wonderful. Keep listening.
Here's another thing. People are reaching for reason, right? Because none of us know what's really going on. We're doing as we're told, right? And that goes against a lot of people's default positions. The 14-year-old inside me wants to do what she wants to do, right? But I get that for the good of everyone else, we've got to, batten down the hatches and all that stuff. But for some people, they need to have a reason. They need to know better. They need to have some sort of control in an uncontrollable situation, amongst the chaos. And so they'll go to flipping YouTube and they'll swallow some bullshine from there and they will regurgitate it because they feel like they're doing something. The fact is, we have to not do anything.
Yeah.
And that's really difficult for people. I get it.
The war analogy is slightly wrong. And my psychiatrist pointed this out. He said it's not a war. Because in the war, people were encouraged to gather together. The Blitz spirit was gathering together. And he said, this is the opposite of that. It's staying away. Yeah, people are gathering electronically, but they are being told to do the opposite of what they did in the Blitz, and that is to stay away from everyone. And he said, it's not a war. There's no battle really that's going on. We can't. In the war effort, we could do stuff. We could make stuff. But there's nothing we can really do apart from sit still and be passive. And for humans, that's a tricky thing to go. There must be something I can do.
I'll do some research.
No, there's not. You've just got to stay in your house. That's it. You've just got to stay in your house. That's it. And humans struggle to comprehend that, really.
Anyway, Ian, I just wanted to wish you so many congratulations on your 2 years, my friend.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very kind.
We're looking forward to doing that for you.
Yes.
Coming up to 11 months. But,
beautiful.
I got my Zoom working today, so I can actually hold a meeting next Monday.
Oh, mate, fantastic. Fantastic. You're going to have a lot of fun.
So, anyway, but back to the creative projects, okay? So,
yes. Oh, God.
Now, I am having problems. So, could you be, you and Catherine, could you mentor me, please?
In what respect?
Everyone.
Please don't say that when I've just taken a mouthful of coffee. I nearly spat it over George, who's at my feet playing with a pencil. Well, what do you need helping, you muppet?
I need to learn how to sing first. I thought Catherine could help me with that.
Catherine's got a good voice, actually. Go on, Kath.
Yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
And Ian, you could help me with my delivery, I think.
Of what post?
Just my, like you've been in show business, and I want to be on that stage at some point in the future.
Yep.
Do you think it's possible?
Okay. I think anything is possible, Alistair. You've just got, as George Michael once sang, you've just got to have a faith. You've got to have a faith. Thank you, Alistair. 0344 499 1000. We've got Kai coming up next, then it could be you, dear listener. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We've got 40 minutes to go. Let's take a punt. Let's go to line one. Line one, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
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 Hello, you're on the air.
Is this Ian?
It's who, sorry?
Is this Ian Lee?
Yes.
Oh, I just, how are you?
I'm very well. Who's this?
It's Graham.
Hello, Graham. How you doing?
Oh, I'm okay. Just struggling a bit with all this coronavirus. It's not very good for my social life.
It's not good for anyone's social life in as much as we can't go out and see people, but it's there are benefits to it.
I can't go out and see my bit on the side. Annoying.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for that. Let's go to Kai. Good evening. I mean, that was very, very low quality. Very low quality, wasn't it? I can't go out and see my bit on the side. Flipping exit, James. Let's go to Kai. Good evening, Kai.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. No one joins in when I do that. Kai, what you got for us?
Nothing really. I just wanted to say hello because I joined a bit late because I overslept. So I just thought to say hello to you guys.
Well, Kai, you've said it. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. 49 minutes you'd waited for just to say hello. 49 minutes.
Some people just really like saying hello.
Spies have come up with countless bizarre and wacky devices to help them in their line of work. But this one, designed by the CIA, is nuts. The scrotum concealment device was designed to enable pilots to hide an escape radio in a place that would remain undiscovered even during a strip search.
What is it, like a fake scrotum? You put your... Yep, it's a fake scrotum. Flipping it. Oh, the level of detail.
It looks like a coconut. It was created in the late 1960s by Tony Mendez, the former chief of disguise at the CIA, and is now on show at the International Spy Museum in Washington, D.C. in its Tools of the Trade display in the Spies and Spy Masters room. According to the museum, is that you?
Yeah, I've got my hand there underneath my leg.
Stop. What? Jesus. The thinking behind the device was that the male security guards would be less likely to thoroughly search the genital area. How times have changed.
Or pull your scrotum off and find it in there, because that's what it is, isn't it? It's like a fake
ball sack, yeah. So it made for a good area to hide an escape radio. The latex object, which would need to be glued on,
mate,
is believed to have been created from a mould of genuine anatomy. However, only one prototype of the device was made, and it was never used in the field. According to the museum, this was because CIA Director Richard Helms never approved it for use after blushing when he saw it in use for the first time. Spokeswoman at the International Spy Museum told the Mail Online, "Some people don't seem to notice it. We have the largest collection of espionage artifacts. But if you stand near the artifact, you can see something light up in visitors' eyes when they notice it. And typically you get some kind of reaction like, oh my God, or oh man. Particularly our male visitors who may have an easier time envisioning wearing the artifact." Okay. Fake scrotes. Call me now. 0344
But
499
obviously it
1000.
would have had to be bigger than the original to be able to sort of slot onto it. So wouldn't that be something that would draw attention?
I don't know. I'm not allowed to talk about spying for obvious reasons.
Obviously, yeah.
Let's go to the United States of America.
Okay.
Let's speak to Jerry. Good evening, Jerry.
Hi, well, it's good afternoon over here.
I don't care what goddamn time it is over there, you piece of trash. Over here it's the evening, it's the morning time. So we speak in our time zone, baby.
Good afternoon,
Okay.
Jerry.
How are you guys doing over there with all this madness?
Well, we haven't got... At least we have a Prime Minister who believes it's real and doesn't think it will be over by Easter. So I think we're going to be doing a lot better than you will be.
He wants you all back to work next week, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not. I don't work, so. And you know what? I feel like sorry for everybody else, but I kind of stay home anyway, so I don't really go. I just go to the store, buy my stuff, and then come back. So to me, it's not an adjustment. But all the poor people that are out of work, and you know, it's just and then my little sister. We're keeping an eye on my little sister because she's bedridden, so we have to. The family has to like chip in and take care of her. So
yeah,
you know, but I just.
And what is
you know,
the situation? I'm guessing, Jerry, the situation is different from state to state and different from city to city. Here in the mainland UK, we have been told we have to stay in for 3 weeks with a handful of exceptions, and it will be reviewed in 3 weeks. Have you been told you have to stay in, or is it just suggested at the moment?
Yes, just suggested. It's optional. The people that want to stay home, they stay home. And they just said, well, they closed they closed Vegas down, and they closed mostly they canceled the concert for Mike and Mickey until I think they postponed it until July. So a lot of the concerts. I'm sorry?
I think just talking about the Monkees concerts, loads of concerts have been postponed from March and April to July. I think that's quite optimistic. I don't see things really picking up until later in the year.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, it's a scary thing, but the thing is, they just think we can go out. We're free to go out. We can go to the store and pick up our groceries and come back. But people are still they're not. They're going out there. They're going in crowds. I mean, it's still I don't think it's sunk into people, especially the young generation. It's not right here in Florida, they try to organize a spring break thing, and they're trying to discourage it because it doesn't affect the young generation. So they're having a good time right now, but I don't think they understand how serious it is.
Well, it's difficult to understand how serious it is, and that it can actually be fatal for younger people. As chances are significantly less, but it can still be very dangerous. When your president thinks he can sort it out within 2 weeks, and he wants everyone in church for Easter.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, like I said, I just kind of stay home. I'm I kind of stay out, so I really don't watch the news. I don't really pay attention to what anybody says. I just kind of do my own thing, and I always wash my hands anyways. I've been doing things wash my hands, keep away from people, because I kind of stay home. So it doesn't, like I said, doesn't really affect me. So, but but I just it's actually scary. But we just have to hope for the best, that everything works out.
Stay safe, mate. Stay safe. How's everything else going?
Good. Yeah, it's good right now. How's it over there? Is it everybody's weird. In quarantine right now?
It's weird. Yeah, I guess it is in quarantine. Yeah, it's weird. It's really, really weird, Jerry. I have no frame of reference to compare it to anything.
We've got to the stage now where it's really difficult to remember what day it is.
Yeah, and also, your supermarkets, it's so that everyone stays 2 meters apart. It's 1 in, 1 out, so there could be quite big queues outside the supermarket, but the supermarkets aren't actually that full. They just keep limiting the number of people that go in, and when you go in, there's tape 2 meters apart along the aisle so that people stay away from each other.
You're allowed to go out to exercise once a day. I took the kids out for a walk earlier on, and there were other families there, and it was weird. We sort of saw each other in the distance, and you would see them sort of making decisions to cross over the road, or
Yeah. So it's weird. I was scared. I'm not scared now. Humans are very resourceful, and weird things, if prolonged, can become normal.
Yeah.
And it's starting to feel, a week, 2 weeks into it, it's starting. Well, it's only a week since the Sunday night, I think it was, wasn't it? No, you were here. Was it Monday? Was it Monday that he did the?
He did the announcement. I think so.
The boys were here, weren't they? So it was Monday. So it's still relatively new, but it's starting to feel, for me, normal. But also, I have to stress, Jerry, I'm very aware that I'm in an incredibly privileged position. I'm able to work. I'm still getting paid. I have savings, and I live in a nice house with a nice garden. So I'm in a really, really lucky position. I know people who do not have a job anymore, who haven't got the emergency payments in, and live in a 1-bedroom flat, and they can't leave it. So, me going, well, I'm okay. I'm in a slightly different position from the majority of people in the country, really, and I'm very privileged, and I get it.
Yeah. I know.
It's fascinating, if that's not too cold, it's fascinating.
Well, yeah. It's a confusing kind of thing, It's like it affects you, but at the same time, it doesn't affect you.
Yeah. But, you know, we're going to crack on. Me and Kath are going to crack on, and we've heard good things from our bosses, and more people are tuning in to us now online, apparently, because they want a little break from the insanity of it, and I'm happy to do that. Jerry, I'm going to move on, because I've just got a big rush of calls. It's always nice to talk to you. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Stay indoors. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Sharon. Good evening, Sharon.
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Sharon, what you got? I'm all right, thank you very much. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you.
What can we do for you?
It was fantastic at 8 o'clock when the fireworks went off and everyone went to the door.
Yeah.
And then I went to the newspaper and saw the comments and the negativity.
Yeah.
And, you know, people saying how patronising it is.
Screw them. They're idiots. Me and Kath forgot to do it, and I do feel... People are idiots, and people like to be contrary, and people like to cause trouble. To stay off newspaper comment section. It wasn't the Daily Mail comments, was it?
It was.
The darkest place on the internet. Even websites on the dark web that trade illegal photographs have more joy and love in them than the Daily Mail comment section. Stay off it, Sharon, is my suggestion. I would never tell you what to do. Stay off it. I've felt so much better not reading newspapers, not watching the news, not listening to radio, and not, you know, kind of looking. Every now and then I'll get tweeted something negative about something I've done.
People not realise this wasn't about a political statement. This was about the public showing their support for the people who are risking their lives to save
I think it was
our
a nice
lives.
gesture. I think it was a nice gesture. I do feel slightly rotten that I missed it, and my fault. Just ignore them, block them, ignore them. You know, you enjoyed it. You felt that you contributed. I bet loads of the NHS staff loved it. I bet there were some that did find it patronising. That's fine. That's their right as well. But it's that thing I was mentioning before. We all, as humans, are programmed to want to help, to do something, and we're powerless in this situation at the moment. Literally, the best thing we can do is stay at home, and that's a weird. It doesn't quite sit in our heads properly. Yeah. So people going outside and feeling a sense of community and beautiful. Ignore the idiots, Sharon.
Beautiful, Ian. It was. Good. And as you said, what can we do? We do feel helpless, and by little acts of kindness like that is what we need at a time like this.
Totally, and you sound like a good person, and those idiots that called it out are idiots. That's all they are. Sharon, thank you. I want to go to Mark. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Kath. How you doing?
Hiya, Mark.
All right. My cat George what are you doing? You've been a dick. He's lost a bit. Kath, can you talk to Mark? Because I've got to get on my hands and knees and try and find a bit that George has lost.
I'm sorry about this, Mark.
That's quite all right. That's fine. It's been a while since we spoke. I called up, a few years ago now, and I spoke to Ian and yourself for about an hour. I think it was one of those nights where you had just 3 callers, and I was the middle caller, the Tinder fella, and then the person you spoke to for the last hour was someone that I'd been on a Tinder date with.
Yes.
God, yeah, that was a bit awkward, wasn't it?
That was uncomfortable.
Yeah, because I remember you tweeting that, like, whilst I was on the phone saying bingo, because you found the 3rd caller. And then it turns out that you realised why I did go on a second date thereafter that. So
yes.
Yes. Anyway, I'm calling up this evening. Firstly, the people clapping thing at 8 o'clock. I tweeted earlier that that was only the second most British thing to be happening at 8 o'clock this evening. The first most British thing on the street where I live was the other sort of half of the street coming out of their house, running out at 8 o'clock, going, "What's going on? What's going on?" And when they realised what it was, because they didn't know what it was, you know, they might not be on social media or anything, just kind of tutting their eyes and going back into their houses.
Did they think someone had found a cure?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, someone would go, "What is it? What is it?" But people would, like the fella who lives opposite, putting on his dressing gown because he had sort of settled down for the night in his sweatpants and his t-shirt, And he was like, what is it? Is it
Don't kid yourself, you've been wearing those all day.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, it was kind of like a real split between, that this is totally British. We come together and we sort of like champion these sort of things, but also we roll our eyes and because someone's disturbing whatever it is we're watching on the telly. Yeah. And also, someone mentioned this last week on the show, and then someone again, I think you said about it this evening, Ian, as well, about preparing for this all my life. When I spoke to you a few years ago and telling you about my own sort of mental health problems and stuff like that, and it's kind of resurfaced. So over the past sort of 8 months, it's been getting really, really bad, and I've gone back to have various sort of like, sessions and to find out what it is and everything. And all of a sudden, it seems to, all the bad thoughts, all the dark places that I've been going to have just gone. They've just disappeared, and I kind of feel upbeat and positive, as if to say, well, this is it. I know how to get through crises, and things like that, just from the day-to-day crises that I might have in my own life about something as trivial as, or trivial to most people as breaking a yolk when I'm trying to fry an egg. That might send me over the edge, And so I was really pleased someone said it last week, and I spoke to a couple of people and I said, I kind of feel a little bit wrong for saying that I've been preparing for this, and I don't know, there's a sort of slight excitement about it, and I feel bad saying it now, but yeah, I do feel like I've been preparing all my life for it.
Why do you feel bad saying that? Because people are dying.
Yeah, exactly. The people are dying, and and it's I love watching films, and it's total escapism, cheesy films and stuff like that, and I've seen that many sort of films where things like this happen, and Contagion was on ITV2 tonight,
I know, I saw that. I thought that was incredible.
Yeah, Read the Room, and so it was like, because I like watching those sort of films and everything, it kind of feels like we're in a film, and I don't know, it's, as I say, I feel wrong, and you can tell from the unease in my voice, I feel bad saying it now, but yeah, there's a slight excitement about it, not just for me as well, other people have sort of said it to me, so...
Yeah, don't feel bad. Listen, whatever, this is unique. Never this has never happened in the history of humanity. It's not even like the same as the Spanish flu, for so many reasons. Okay, so whatever you're feeling now, that's a fine and appropriate feeling. If you feel excited by it, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. That's how You're
not saying that you feel excited about people dying. You're saying you feel excited about the situation where everything seems to have been thrown up in the air, and we're starting to reassess what's important and what isn't. I mean, watch the TV now, and the things they're trying to sell us, you go, don't need that. What's the point in that? Forget that. For the next few months, it's all. It's. We were walking along a reality that was wafer thin.
Yeah, exactly. And as you just said about tickets a little while ago, people rearranging things for July, I can't see them happening, not in July. If they're talking about the self-employed not getting paid any money until June, then they've also added that, and further on, if we need to, we're not going to be able to go with some sort of band that, we might have bought a couple of their albums in the past or something, and the tickets were on sale for 30 quid or something. We're not going to be able to do that in July, are we?
The Who that we should have been seeing in 2 weeks' time have rescheduled for a year. And when I saw that email today, I thought, okay, yeah, that might happen.
Yeah.
I don't see anything happening this year. I don't know. I don't want to scare people again. But, I certainly don't think the kids will be back in school before September. And September might be pushing. And I'm finding it today, and I've been down, I'm finding it fascinating today. And again, I'm saying that from a real position of privilege, but I'm finding it absolutely fascinating. And this is why I've encouraged my kids to write a diary, because we won't remember. I was having an argument with someone about this. So of course we'll remember. We won't remember exactly what this moment now, this second feels like, because you don't. We'll go, oh, it was weird, wasn't it? We weren't allowed out and it was a bit scary, but you won't remember the small bits of it. So I'm getting my kids to write a diary.
Mine too, and I've said to them, you do realise that this is going to be, in years to come, it'll be, Mum, tell me about that time when you couldn't go to school. And then it'll be, Grandma. Yeah. Grandma knows this. Go and ask Grandma what it was like.
I said to the boys, they will study this in school.
Yeah.
In the same way that you're now reading, they're studying World War I, that you're reading letters sent home from soldiers in the troops. People might be looking at your diary. My youngest might be getting a little bit of his diary published in The Independent.
Wow.
I know, isn't that something? So, You know,
and they'll have all the social media sort of things that will last forever to look back on as well, and all the, you know, the memes and all the videos that everyone seems to be posting every 2 seconds as well. So,
whatever you're feeling, Mark, is absolutely right for you. That's just where we are. Listen, I've got to move on. I've just seen the time. Thank you, mate. 0344 499 1000. We've got Dave, we've got Carrie, we've got George. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Let us go to Carrie. Good evening, Carrie.
Good evening, guys. You okay?
I'm fine, Carrie. What have you got for us?
Okay, so I firstly would like to just send my massive appreciation out to everybody in our little road that came out and cut their hands. In our household, we've got 4 people. My son is a porter at a major city hospital.
Beautiful.
And I am a nurse or in a doctor's surgery, so we're sort of like twiddling our thumbs at the moment, waiting for the next thing to happen.
Yeah.
That we can be like posted somewhere a little bit more important, as in, not that it's not important, but just that you know, we can go on the front line a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot to us tonight, that people came out in the street in our little clothes and just, you know, clapped. Really lovely.
You and your son should have stood in the middle of the road and took really dramatic bows and curtsies.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, my son, he did hear it, but he was embarrassed to go to the window.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, and I was, because there was a few fireworks going off, and I had our little dog in my arms, but my neighbours were amazing, and I thanked them. I said, I can't clap for everybody else because I've got a little dog and the fireworks going off, and she was like, woo. So, yeah.
It's it wouldn't it be lovely if at the end of this, you know, we finally got who the important people are. You know, some of us have known it for a while. The teachers and the NHS and the firefighters.
And I would just say that on my Facebook, which I've got back into under the circumstances, I'm not into Facebook normally, but I have posted on there that it's lovely giving credit to the NHS workers, but there's so many people. Supermarkets, like food shops, frontline staff, everybody pulling together, and I would rather it be for everybody, not just people in the NHS, but everybody keeping our food supplies going, production, you know, and that's really, really important. That it's a morale boost, and I think that's a really, really important thing. And whenever I've personally been in a shop, I've made sure I said, look, I know, guys, come on, keep it together, and you know, the people stockpiling. It's awful. We haven't done that. But after the weekend, we're going to run out of loo rolls if there's nowhere, because we can't find many places that stock loo rolls, and you know, and it's important that people just recognise the fact.
Carrie, I think loo rolls are coming back. Now that they've got these, now
we're stockpiling newspapers, and we don't normally buy them, but there's old ones.
That'll do it. But now that they're doing that thing where it's only one person comes out, one goes in, and you're not allowed to shop with like your partner. You've got to, you know, it's one person per family.
Well, my husband, he's older than me, and he's got a lung condition and he's got diabetes. So, and it's difficult, especially with, you know, obviously we work on frontline NHS. So, obviously, we're all in the same household. If we've got it, we've got it. And we just have to hope for the best. But, you know, I'm very conscious of the fact that, you know, I'm going to go and do the shopping. I'm lucky enough to have a car. So, you know, I can go out and I normally shop on the slots on Tesco's, but you know, we can't get any slots. And actually,
you would like to eat before May, wouldn't you? That's the thing.
No, but you know what? The thing is, it's important they keep slots for the vulnerable now. I can still go out and do my shopping. And you know, I'm taking my son to work when I can, but obviously I'm working as well, and he's hoping the buses aren't cancelled, because what's he going to do? He works at the major hospital over there, Southampton.
Buses seem to still be going, and I don't think they're going to get rid of buses, because I think they're vital. So I've certainly seen a lot of buses empty, but I've seen a lot of buses going around.
Sure.
Thank you so much for the work that you and your family
Thank
do,
you.
genuinely.
No, thank you, and you know, keep them all up, guys. You're doing a great job.
Oh, that means a lot, Kerry, and good luck getting the toilet roll.
No, we're okay until after the weekend. Then we might have to start looking around.
But in the meantime, thank goodness newspapers are no longer like that shiftable print. It doesn't come off now. Otherwise, you'll be reading each other's backsides.
Well, do you know what? My parents were born right at the end of the Second World War, and obviously they're self-isolating. I'll just say one more thing quickly. They can't. Obviously, we're looking at, you know, obviously I'm 40 miles away from my parents, but they put their little Christmas lights on their decking balcony, and they're trying to send a bit of love, because that's you know, just what they can do, and lighting up a little bit of Parkstone in Poole, which is, you know, hopefully giving people a little bit of thank you at night when it's dark, because it's very dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll get there, Carrie. We'll come out the other side. I know it. Thank you so much, and again, thank you for the work you and your family do. Porters get no recognition whatsoever.
And yet they're the ones, right?
They keep it moving, literally.
The times I've been in hospital when I was a little girl, being taken for for operations or being wheeled around, you're terrified, right? The porters were always characters, and they would like make you laugh and make you feel like this is all cool. I know what we're doing, and just take your mind off it. They're brilliant.
Taking my mum around, and they would they'd call there. Sometimes the nurses, you know, would treat them like they were robots, you know, and. They went, who am I taking? Where are they going? All right, you're right, my love. All right,
they're brilliant.
Beautiful. I love the porters. Let's go to Dave. Good evening, Dave.
Ian, I want to squash the beef.
Thank you very much, Dave. 0344 499 1000. 40 minutes he waited for that. Incredible scenes. Let's go to George. Good evening, George.
Good evening, Ian, Cass.
Hi,
nice
George.
To speak to you both. I would really like to do something wonderful together with you. I want to get a message to Boris.
Boris Johnson. Let's call him Boris Johnson. I don't like this Boris nonsense.
He's probably got an address you can easily Google if you want to send him a letter.
No, I want us to do it together. I want us to be the three.
We're a bit busy. We're a bit busy, George.
I wish us to be the three W's. Weird.
You're certainly a W.
Weird, wired, and wider. I could be weird.
Weary. I'm a bit weary.
Well, go on, what is the message, George? What's the message you'd like to get to the Prime Minister?
It's an anagram of weird is wired and wider. I like those three words together. The message to Boris Johnson is...
Eat my balls!
Sorry?
Eat my balls, Boris! Is that the message?
No,
Eat my balls!
It's the Hospitality Hotels Initiative. And we're suggesting that the hotels are all empty. They should be open to the most vulnerable, and elderly people should be invited to stay in the hotels.
Let's get the elderly into a place where if one person is infected, they all get it.
No.
That's how it works.
Everyone's got their own hotel room to isolate themselves.
Well, why don't they just stay at home?
Because there's all sorts of problems with people being alone at home when they could be...
But there's alone in a hotel.
They could be in comfort and being looked after and cared for in hotels, Ian.
Well, hang on. But first of all, not all hotels are comfortable. A lot of hotels are functional, and people would find it distressing to be moved from their homes. What would the benefit be?
They would be invited.
Okay. Well, what would the benefit be?
The benefit would be the whole point is to protect the most vulnerable.
How would they be protected?
Because they would be being looked after together in hotels, Ian.
Together.
Yes. But
do you understand? Together.
Each one in his own room.
Okay. Well, how will they get food?
There will be staff there that would be quarantining themselves as well for the duration that would look after them.
So how would the staff get the food to the people, the elderly?
It would be delivered to the door of the hotel, and things would proceed from there.
Well, describe it exactly. I'm not, George. You're getting very defensive when.
No, you seem to be attacking
questioning
what is a very simple idea.
George, I'm questioning it because I don't understand it. So just calm down and stop being so aggressive. So how would the food? They would deliver the food. Then what? They would come into the room and drop it off.
Yes.
Okay, so they could infect the person.
No, they would be quarantined in the hotel for the duration.
But but if the chef has, so the chef doesn't meet the room service, the bellboys.
Sorry.
The chef doesn't meet the people who is delivering the food.
Everyone would be quarantined in the hotel.
George, calm down. I'm just asking some questions to see how valid this I think is. I'm not poo-pooing it. So would the chef meet the waiters?
Why not?
Okay. Well, what if the chef has the coronavirus?
I really find the question baffling. What is it?
Isn't it amazing that someone would question something that could put old people's lives at risk? What if the chef has the virus? I don't know why that's a baffling question, given the current circumstances.
Outside, anyone could have a virus. Anyone living on their own at home can
George,
come into contact.
we're talking. George, calm down, mate. Listen, I think the message "eat my balls" was better than this, but I'm not attacking it. So just stop being so defensive. I'm just asking, as the government would ask if they were going to implement this. So, what if the chef has the coronavirus? Not any virus. Come on, you know what we're talking about. What if the chef has that?
Then that's unfortunate, and someone might.
Yeah, he gives it. Then the waiter gets it, and then the waiter goes into everyone's room, and all the old people get it. You're setting them up to get it. All it takes is one broken link in that chain, one broken link, and the whole thing could collapse.
I don't see it like that at all.
Well, no, I know you don't, but it's a fact. It's not even questionable. It's a fact. All it takes is for one person in that chain to have the coronavirus. It's really, really infectious, and then the whole chain collapses.
It's a much safer situation than the situation we have.
It doesn't sound it. It doesn't sound it. And I don't know why you're getting so angry that your plan is being questioned. And so, no, I would not wish to partner. I would not. Yeah, I know. I would not wish to partner with someone who does not allow their ideas, good or bad, to be scrutinised. So, for that reason, George, I'm out.
You're out?
George?
Yes?
You're so passionate about this. Is it because you're not happy about where you are at the moment?
I'm perfectly happy. I wouldn't accept an invitation to go into a hotel. I'm okay.
Oh, right. Why not?
I'm okay here on my own, but lots of people are not okay in the situation they're in at the moment, and they would be.
No, I know, but your situation, your two things worry me about your suggestion. One is that how reluctant you are to be questioned on the very, very basic elements of it, and two, it is you're basically creating a petri dish for the virus to be passed around.
No. It's protecting the most vulnerable people. It absolutely is, Ian.
Divvy makes a great suggestion. It would. He says, "Tell George the idea would lead to a situation like the cruise ships." Thank you, Divvy. You know the cruise ships.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you know, and it was all those people confined to a place where they were served?
Which you could put people through 2 weeks before they started, so that they would be cleared before they went in. It's simple enough, Ian.
Well, it's not though. What? So for 2 weeks before, they'd all have to be in isolation.
No, they get tested and.
Okay. Well, suppose you get it the day after the test.
Okay, 2 weeks in isolation then to show they're okay.
Here's what I'm saying is you've not really thought this out, right? Give us a call tomorrow. Well, you haven't, because I've just pointed out one flaw and you've completely contradicted yourself.
Where's the flaw?
Well, the flaw was you said test them and don't put them in isolation.
No, I didn't.
I suggested they might get it the day after the test.
No,
and you've gone, oh, in that case, put them in isolation.
For 2 weeks, yes. Why not?
Yes. Well, no, because that was my suggestion when I pointed out the flaw in your suggestion.
I accept 2 weeks isolation to make sure that...
Well, do you understand why I need to therefore scrutinise it more if within 2 minutes of you telling me about it, I found a flaw? Can you understand that?
I don't see the flaw.
Well, okay. George, have a think about it and give us a call tomorrow. Thank you so much. Well, that was fun. Very defensive there. I couldn't partner with someone who gets that angry just when they're questioned. Couldn't do that. Who's the wider and who's the weird?
I'm not involved in it at all.
Thank you, callers. That was a really strange old show tonight. Thank you, YouTubers. Thank you so much, Sam. Stay tuned, dear listener. You've got a good listen through the night. You've got Daryl Morris coming up. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.